What's the word, everybody? You have found another edition of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show, the only multi-generational Philadelphia sports podcast show in the world. We're smack dab in the middle of May. NBA conference finals underway, some Sixers off-season whirlwinds, and some new Drake heat that we'll get into all on this episode. But before we do that, we're going to kick it to our internal sponsor, Drew's Pop Culture Update. What's going on? What's trending with Drew? Drew, what do you got for us today?
So we're going to talk about AJ Brown getting married. Once Zach pulls up the the article. Thank you, Zachary. Okay. Thank you, Zachary. So Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver AJ Brown is officially a married man. The star playmaker tied the knot with his fiancée Kelsey Riley during a beautiful weekend ceremony at the Montage Laguna Beach in California. The couple picked a scenic spot for their big day, exchanging vows on May 16th during a 5 p.m. service right above the ocean. TMZ Sports was the first to report the wedding and share photos from the luxury coastal event. To keep the day intimate, security was tight around the beachfront resort with the guards stationed along the property and several walkways blocked off. Guests arriving for the late afternoon ceremony were greeted by a violinist playing outside the reception space. The crowd also has a specific dress code to follow with a strong emphasis on earth tones, particularly brown. The wedding party included plenty of star power, including Brown's Eagles teammate Darius Slay, who stood by his side as a groomsman. While the setting was elegant, the couple made sure to include some fun personal touches. The couple's young son stole the show when he walked into the reception to a huge round of applause from the guests. Right before his big entrance, someone made sure to hand him a few pieces of Skittles to hold on to. After the ceremony, the celebration shifted to the reception, where guests spent the evening eating mini lobster rolls and mini tacos. The party at the luxury resort kept going strong well past 9 p.m. The beachfront wedding comes about a year after Brown pulled off a massive proposal at the Four Seasons in Philadelphia. For that special night, he arranged a private performance by John Legend and popped the questions surrounding by his Eagles teammates. Brown has been a major piece of Philadelphia's offense since joining the team in 2022, and he's locked in his long-term future with the organization by signing a contract extension through the 2028 season. While Brown celebrated his wedding with Philadelphia teammates in attendance, his long-term future in uniform remains a major talking point. Multiple league insiders report that Brown has been heavily linked to the New England Patriots, with widespread expectations across the league that the New England will acquire the star wide receiver in a trade expected to be finalized after June 1st. So, yeah.
What? Yeah, I mean, I thought he was married. I don't know about you guys. I thought, because I know they have a couple of kids, I thought he already had tied the knot. So this was a little bit of a surprise to me.
Listen. I am shocked because there's no way. Where's his parents at? Where's his dad? There's no way I'm letting my son, who's the NFL star, get married. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I would have been in a crowd. Does anyone oppose this wedding? And I would have been jumping up and down and opposing that wedding. That's crazy.
Listen,
how old is he? 28, 29 years old?
How old is he? 28. Yeah, he's a 28, 29-year-old man.
That's not happening.
You can't stop that. Noah, you wouldn't be able to stop Noah. You wouldn't be able to stop Drew. You can't.
I'm stopping both of them.
You wouldn't be able to do it.
They're star receivers in NFL.
Is like indulging in like a bunch of women like any better for you or healthier for you? I don't think so.
Yes. Not for me.
Oh boy.
But for you, absolutely. You need to kind of.
Well, I already. Like I'm already.
Careful.
I said I'm.
Your next words.
Like let me talk.
Noah
like,
has treaded waters. I trust Noah. He's treaded waters pretty well. He's been put in a few positions already on this podcast.
I think, and then I don't want to get off topic. I guess I have a little bit. This is my final say. I think when you make that much money, and you're in the limelight, it is. I don't think it's hard to be a. I mean, not only a faithful husband, but it's hard to be like a good husband, and it is this hard. You
How do
travel a
you,
lot
how do you know?
because I think it's
Because
hard to be a husband.
it's because
I'm
right,
poor,
the
and it's hard to
temptation
be
is
a good
always
husband.
there.
Like,
Listen,
yes,
the temptation is always going to be there for those athletes, right? So,
So
like,
just why is
I correct. Listen,
Not if they're rooted
I
in
hear what you're
Jesus.
saying. Correct, son.
I'm editing
But
that out.
more often than not, you're going to be a better husband as a pro athlete. Um, Once you're almost ready to retire and you're not going to live that type of lifestyle. I just look at Derek Jeter, and I thought Jeter handled it the correct way.
He's perfect. Derek Jeter
Yeah,
handled the
like
absolute
I would
perfect
tell
way.
you my son to handle it like Jeter.
like, hey,
Yes.
yo,
But still, again, he's his own man. He's going to
you
make his own
gotta say you
decisions, and
gotta say
whatever his
pause.
decision is, I'm going to stand by it.
You
So
have to say pause, Dad. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't let that.
You have to say what?
I don't
You
know
have to say
what did he
pause.
say? What did he say?
Like you just called a man perfect, and it was like, oh, like, come on. Like no, I can't let you
Let's
have that.
let's get to the nitty gritty. Why wasn't Jalen there?
Maybe he just.
But
couldn't
okay, if you're going to say
attend.
Jalen, you have to say, was Devontae
No.
there?
No.
Was
They were
Saquon
best
there?
friends, Troy. They were best friends. Remember the whole thing where Jalen got traded? The whole
Yeah,
like
but
Jalen's his son's godfather.
here's what I read. Jalen did not go to the wedding party. What's the party you have? The engagement party. He didn't go to the engagement party because he went to the Met Gala. So I guess from that point on, that caused a bit of a rift between him and AJ off the field. So AJ's probably like, well, if you're not going to go to the engagement party, then don't bother coming to the wedding. But like none of his teammates were there. Nobody on the
Oh,
offensive
I didn't
line
know
that
that. I
that
didn't
I've
know
heard
that.
about. Yeah, so listen, most likely he's not going to be an Eagle, and he's moved on. He's moving on. He had his old
Okay.
teammates there that are no longer Eagles. I don't know. Maybe he's feeling a certain
Was
way.
was Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini there?
They were both there, but they had on disguises.
Okay, just checking.
So
Were there any current Eagles teammates there?
I don't think so. From what I read, there was no one there.
Yeah. Who was it?
I think someone said
Slay was
Saquon was
there, but
there,
Slater's
and
not
they
an
had
Eagle.
Yeah.
I saw
Slay.
current.
I saw a picture of Saquon and Jalen Hunt there, and I heard many were there.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, they have a
Thanks.
Like
rift.
it's not,
Thanks,
but it's
Keith
not like
Pompey.
it's not like we have like the guest list. Like why?
Did we
Why
have
are we?
to hear you, Chew?
Yes.
KP.
Why are we so worried about like this guy's wedding? Like congratulations, AJ Brown.
Yeah. No, that
And
first and foremost.
we're just it's just a pop culture. I think it's interesting news. Good job, Drew. I thought that was really
No,
good.
yeah. But like now we're trying to decipher like who was there and how. Like that's what I'm fine with talking about it.
We're trying. This is the podcast. We're trying to like get people interested and like
And I
talk about
understand
scandalous
why,
stuff.
like, if it's gonna compromise the integrity of his day, let's say if there was personal beef, I wouldn't want to be there either. Like, why would I want to compromise someone who may or may not have been my friend or is my friend? Why would I want to compromise their day?
Good point.
That's it's uncalled for.
I just want
Yeah,
the other
that's fair.
hosts in this podcast to at least admit that there is beef. Say it, Troy, Noah, Kobe.
I just told you that there was some type of beef from Jalen not going to the engagement party. What else do you want me to say? What else do you want to hear from me?
I
Anything?
don't know. I don't know what I want.
I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I don't care.
That was a
I
good
do
couple.
care about who he gets traded to. I don't want it to be the Patriots.
Yeah.
That's too bad, brother.
I'm
'cause
hearing about the
that's not
Jags
what-
and I'm hearing
Oh,
about the
oh,
Jags
you're right.
and Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh, I didn't know that.
name. I wouldn't mind getting that back.
Okay.
Why don't you want it to be the Patriots? Just curious.
because I don't like the way that Vrabel and Rossini handled it. They don't
No.
deserve it. They don't deserve AJ Brown.
The
Vrabel
reason,
does not deserve AJ Brown. Because I know he was throwing those nuggets out there. Hey, start this little thing up between AJ and the Eagles and us and the Eagles and AJ. I know it was him because she was the first one reporting it. At one point in time, she was the only one reporting it, and I think they were just in cahoots together in more ways than one. So that's why I don't want him going to the Patriots. But
the reason I
you know,
don't want him
if we
going
get a pick for him, fine. First round pick, second round pick. I mean, 2 first round picks, we're not, but I'll take them for everything they're worth.
All right. Cole, make sure you edit out Noah digesting his food on the.
can you also edit out my dad like
No, bro.
peeking at the thought of Derek Jeter?
I love Derek Jeter.
That was funny. That might have to stay in. That whole little back and forth was pretty funny. We'll have to keep that one in.
Derek Jeter's a perfect human being. I love him.
Anyways, the reason I don't care about like the Vrabel and like Rossini stuff. The reason I don't want AJ going to the Patriots is because like I've never seen like a trade that hasn't happened yet like be so like talked about, and like I've seen like pages on Twitter where people have like they're like counting down the days for AJ Brown to be a Patriot. I've never seen there's like this NFL rumors like Twitter. It's like every day they like talk about like this trade, and I forgot what else I saw. Yo, they were talking about they were like congratulating on his wedding, and then they were like congrats on AJ and his wife like getting married, and then right under it's like a they did an indentation, and right under it says AJ Brown is expected to join the Patriots on June 1st.
Yeah, that's happened, bro. He's gone, fam.
Yeah, like I'm cool with him leaving, but like why? I'm just annoyed at hearing about it every day.
Listen,
June
1st.
I've never seen a trade that hasn't happened before be talked about this much and be like so like sure of it happening.
Be
And that's why I don't
prepared.
want it to happen.
Be prepared that it may not happen on June 1st. Like if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm taking every call that I can take and actually make to see what I can get for him. So like there's no rush for him to do it on June 1st. He's only waiting to June 1st because, you know, of the cap situation. But once June 1st hits, the cap situation is over. He can field calls for 2 weeks. He can field calls until training camp. So this could go on a lot longer than we're expecting. Could. I'm not saying it will, but it could.
There's no rush for like AJ to even been traded this season. I feel like, and it's not. And after June 1st, like we're still gonna have a cap hit. It's just gonna be smaller. That's why.
Right.
It's still
But
gonna be
once
like
June 1st hits-
15. It's still gonna be like $15 million of dead cap that we're gonna.
Yeah, but still, once June 1st hits, he can wait for as long as he wants to until he gets the right deal. I'm hoping. I wouldn't mind. Listen, if he has the deal in place already, God bless him. But I would be talking to more than just one team. I know that. And knowing Howie, I'm sure he is. Like he's doing his due diligence.
I don't
So-
think so, Troy. And I don't want to belabor the point. I think his
Mhm.
reputation is on the not on the line, but I think he has a deal with the Patriots, and I think if he reneges on it, it doesn't look good for him. Like it does tarnish his reputation. I think they're just waiting for the right time, and they're going to announce it. You're right. It may not be June 1st.
Tarnish his
June
reputation.
3rd.
I don't.
Tarnish his
Yeah, I have to
reputation.
disagree with that because he has an out on the Patriots with everything that's going on with Vrabel
Oh, okay, that's what you're
And-
saying.
and the
And, like,
potential
and not-
collaboration with a reporter that's been
Okay.
reporting on AJ Brown going to the Patriots. So he has an out, a legit out, and I don't think any other GM
Unless he likes the
any
deal.
NFL
Unless he-
guy.
Unless he likes the deal.
Unless he likes the deal. If he loves the deal, God bless him. Like do the deal. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to mess with his reputation at all. If he
Okay.
says, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too
Okay, that's fine.
sticky for me. Too many bedfellows.
Also,
Pun intended.
also, Like this is the NFL. Like what are you talking about? Like trying to be like all buddy buddy. Like we have no like trading AJ Brown. Like it's not like a necessity for us to do. Like we have an embarrassment of riches on our team. We'd literally be making the team worse and losing money trading him this year. So why is it like, oh, we have to trade him for whatever the Patriots like? They're like mid like compensation. They're trying to give us like Keyshawn Booty and like if.
Well, I would say I would say that
It's a business.
It would be something good for the team if there is really a rift between him and the players. Like you don't want to carry that into a new season, a bad relationship with one of your top players.
Everyone that talks about AJ like, says about how great of a teammate he is. Like every time I hear them talk about it.
No,
So then
I
why is he
don't
getting
think-
traded? Why are these talks about him getting traded?
Like he could be there's a difference between being unhappy with the team and like being like a bad teammate.
That's fair. I think he's unhappy with the team. I think
Yeah.
he would be happier
I could
in
agree
a
with that.
different situation, right? So
Like again, like
like even if you happen to bring him back, you run the risk of him still being unhappy and kind of ruining the locker room a little bit.
I'm not talking about bringing him back though. I don't
Okay.
They have Makai Lemon now. Like, bye AJ.
Wow.
We're
I love that.
That's gross.
like
that
that one
that is
Colin
gross.
Cowherd video. Like bye LeBron. Ben Simmons is here. Like this is how I feel.
Please don't compare this situation to that one, please. I don't want the
I
same
do-
thing to happen to Makai Lemon that happened to Ben Simmons.
I do want to say I love the energy that Noah's bringing to that. The, as Shelly called it, the sassy energy that Noah's bringing.
What's up? Shout out to Shelly. What's going on,
Shout out
Shelly?
Shout out Shelly. That's awesome. All right.
Did you guys hear that applause or no?
Yeah,
We did.
We heard it.
Oh, okay, good. Speaking of the NBA, making a quick transition, we've got the conference finals going on right now, fellas. Spurs, Thunder, Knicks, Cavs. Knicks coming back in a crazy way, down by 22 with 7 minutes to go. In game one of that series, game two will be tomorrow. Spurs, Thunder tonight as we're recording this podcast. But I want to talk about what you guys want to see in the NBA Finals since the series is going to be going on as this podcast gets out. Who are the two teams that you want to see play as basketball fans? I know we don't want to see the Knicks in the finals. I don't think any of us do, but what would be the
absolutely wanna see
matchup
the
that
Knicks. I think the
you
country,
would want to see the
matchup?
Knicks?
the NBA, the world wants to see the Knicks and the Spurs. That's not even like a question. That's
Right.
like
So my question is, as a basketball fan, who would you like to see? As a Sixers fan, would you still like to see the Knicks? I wouldn't like to see the Knicks.
I
in the
don't
finals.
have a
As a
problem.
basketball
I really
fan.
don't.
Go ahead, Chuck.
No, I don't have a problem with the Knicks. They're fine. They're like I think I told you guys after they beat us, I'm going to root for them. They have a lot of Eagles fans on their team. I think they built their team, in my opinion, the correct way. I think
What does that
Jalen. They didn't tank. And again, I'm not opposed to tanking. I am not opposed to tanking.
I wouldn't call trading
But-
our 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges the correct way.
Oh, he's killing it right now in the playoffs, so I'm sure they would take it. They did some really smart moves. So I like their team. I like the energy of their team. I like the way they play. Say what you want about the Garden, but it's electric. It's fun to kind of play there. So I'm definitely rooting. You want Cleveland in the finals?
I would.
I'm already
I hate.
thinking about that.
I hate New York.
Wow.
So no, I want to ask. So as a
In every
Sixers fan,
sport.
so as a Sixers fan, no, obviously you don't want to see the Knicks in the finals. But as a basketball fan, who would you like to see in the NBA Finals?
I don't know. I hope they cancel it. Honestly, I hope they just give it to that one beat or something.
Can
They
I
just
talk?
concede. Everyone concedes defeat
Yeah.
to.
Can Troy talk?
Yeah, sure.
Can Troy talk his shit again?
Kind of look like Wemby with that mustache goatee combo.
Racist.
Racist. As a basketball fan, the finals that I would like to see is OKC and San Antonio Spurs. That's my ideal finals.
That's not possible.
It's not possible. But it
Do you know how
that
you know how
should be the
basketball NBA
finals.
works, Mr. Marshall? You know how NBA
I
works?
do, and they need to change it. They need to change it and go tournament style 1 through
You don't
16.
think you don't think the
Then-
Knicks could beat one of these teams?
The Spurs are
You
about to
think
like
the
beat
Knicks
the,
could be
the Thunder. in
OKC?
six more.
They have a chance, but the two best teams all year long were OKC and the Spurs. I want to see the two best teams in the finals, right? I don't like the East-West thing. That's just it's old to me. And the reason why you did it years ago, is because the travel was different. Now everyone
Yeah.
has private jets. You get to and from easy. Like it's like the travel's no big deal
That's
at
fair.
all. So I would love to see the NBA go 1 through 16 and just have it tournament style. But to answer your question, Colby, I guess honestly, the better matchup would be the Knicks and whoever comes out of the West.
You don't think
Um,
you don't think
the
Wemby
game
would like be compelling against like Cat and Mitchell Robinson?
he would be, but so would OKC and them trying to repeat against the Knicks and having an MVP on the floor during the finals.
What do you
So
think the
I
NBA
think
wants?
both teams would be compelling. The NBA would love to have Wemby in the finals. I would love to see Wemby in the finals. Um, I don't. After
Also,
last night's game, I don't think Cleveland has a shot. That was their shot last night to me. That game was atrocious. Me and Kobe watched that game, and did you guys watch it?
I watched the first half.
All right, the second half, they hunted James Harden. First of all, before the game, Kobe, what did you say about James Harden? Or what did you ask
Asked
me
you if you missed them. You missed them.
if I missed him? And I was like, no, not really. And Kobe was like, yeah, I kind of miss him. And then
Yeah, I
they
think
hunted
so.
James Harden 8 straight times in the fourth quarter, and he got scored on every single time. I said,
You guys
Kobe,
didn't
still
watch
miss
it?
him?
I went to bed at halftime. I just couldn't stay up. I'm old, Kobe.
It
I've
was
never seen a
atrocious.
guy get hunted like that before.
It was atrocious. It was atrocious defense, and it was atrocious coaching because Knicks went on like an 18-1 run after being down by 22, and he called one timeout. The coach called one timeout. He never took Harden out the game. He never made an adjustment. He made an adjustment once the game, I think it got to like a 4 3-point game. He
Mhm.
finally started to double Brunson to get the ball out of his hands. But by then it was too late,
Yeah.
right? To me, Harden should have been out of the game at the 6 minute mark. After
Out
the
of the game.
third
Why can't
time,
they just put Spider on him? Why did they need Harden on him?
who? No, Harden wasn't
Why?
on him. Harden, they were trying to hide Harden, but
Oh,
every
they
person that Harden was guarding was coming up to set a screen, and they
got it.
kept switching.
Got it. Got it.
They
Got it.
kept switching, which I could not understand for the life of me. Just stay on your man. Don't switch.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just bad coaching for me. If I was a Cavs fan, I would have been screaming for Atkinson's head. I would have been. I was
Oh
like,
my
that
God.
he should be fired for
You
this
you and
for
these
this
coaches.
performance.
You and these coaches getting fired. Let me ask you a
Dude,
question.
I realize I am so critical of coaching in the NBA and basically all the sports. To me, it's a big deal. I know it's
You,
not a big
but
deal for you,
your
but
answer is always fire the coach. Like it's never like the
well, he should
players
be. He should
better.
know. Like he's been a coach in the league for I don't know how many years. He has a guy on his team that's not a good fender. They're hunting him 8 straight times,
Well, let's
and
see.
they
It's 7
switch.
game. It's a
At
seven
some
game
point in
series.
time,
Let's see if he makes some adjustments.
Chuck.
Because we were ready to kill Nick Nurse
Okay,
after game
that's
one
fair.
of the Boston series. So
You're right.
let's see if he makes some
You're
adjustments.
right. That's fair. But
And honestly,
even the
Dad,
best coaches. Go ahead.
you do have to give Harden a little bit of credit because he played pretty okay to solid defense on Jalen Brunson for most of the game. There were a couple of times he just blew right by him, and it's like, okay, like, what are you doing? But he played some solid defense, and Jalen Brunson hit some tough shots, especially down
He
the stretch
did.
of that game. He had some
He
really
did.
tough shots.
He really did. Jalen Brunson got off, but the reason why he got hot was because he knew he was going to have James Harden on him, and he knew without a shadow of a doubt that he could beat James Harden. No matter how good of defense James Harden was going to play, he knew he was going to get his shot off, and it was going to be a pretty clean look for him. So, I mean,
It's
at some point in time, I thought Strus did a good job on him. Merritt did a very good job on him.
D Wade.
And yeah, and he did a good job on him too. Like those guys have length. Harden has length, but he's not a good defender. He's not a good defender. He tries. Like I thought you know what? I thought Harden defended Cat well. They tried to post Cat up on Harden, and Harden really. I mean, Cat couldn't really move him. And if he spun on him, Harden was clever enough to just poke the ball away, steal the ball. He did a good job there. But as far as him guarding Brunson out in the perimeter, that's easy money. That's easy money.
BBQ.
So I just didn't understand why he didn't make an adjustment.
Was he
And
supposed to?
listen, and one more thing, Chuck, about the coaching. And one of the best coaches I've ever seen, Pat Riley, he lost the championship for the Knicks because he didn't make one adjustment in Game 7. All he had to do was one
With
simple thing.
Ben Starks.
Take Starks out for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That guy went 2 for 19. He did not stop shooting. He must have took like 13 shots. It seemed like in like the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, he forgot he had.
He did not take him out.
Still hasn't gotten that neck slap, huh, Dad? For me.
That Knicks team was one of the dumbest teams I've ever seen in my life. One of the dumbest teams. They would get up by 20 points playing good team ball, and the other team would come back, and all of a sudden it would just be 1-on-1, not looking at Ewan. Ewan scored like the last 10 out of 12 points, and they wouldn't look at him again. They come down, Starks, Harper just chucking threes. They were a dumb team. But anyway, yeah. I mean,
Chuck,
No, what were we saying, Noah?
I was just wondering, like, was he supposed to take James Harden out of the game in crunch time? Like, that's like the only facilitator.
Yeah, you know why?
they have.
Yeah, you know why? Because James Harden is not the same player he was 15 years ago. So he can't make up for his defensive liabilities on the offensive end anymore. He can't do it. He's not the same player. So now he's doing nothing on offense. He's turning the ball over. Again, this is another game where he had more turnovers than made baskets. He's turning the ball over on one end and not getting stops on the other end. So, yeah, take him out.
I don't know.
I don't know. Take him out for 2 minutes. Sit him down.
I didn't see the second half, so I can't disagree with that. But that seems like a coach killing decision to me.
No, it wouldn't have been.
Chuck, if you watch this game,
if he took him out the game, everybody would have understood.
Everyone would have understood. That's how bad he was playing. That's how bad he was being used on defense. So, no, like that was not a coach killing situation at all.
Let me ask you guys a question. Would you prime Harden or Jalen Brunson right now? Who are you taking?
Oh, I'd prime Harden.
Okay.
Prime Harden.
I would too.
Like Harden would have fouled Jalen Brunson out or anybody out. Like that's the thing. Like he doesn't go to the free throw line anymore. Like a lot of his points back in the day was him shooting like 15 free throws. So he's just not that guy. And I'm glad he's not on the Sixers. I'm glad.
Well, we'll see.
I'm with Kobe on that.
I don't.
We'll see if James Harden can get them back into the series. Maybe by the time you're listening to this, series is tied. We'll see if they get a split in New York. Speaking of NBA, they're not in the playoffs anymore, but the Sixers are having a whirlwind of off-season things going on, beginning with Daryl Morey getting fired, something we haven't touched on this podcast yet. Sixers might be in the search for a new president of basketball operations. Maybe Bob Myers steps up and takes on the role for the foreseeable future. I know he's doing that now with the draft coming up. But no more Daryl Morey. He's gone.
I do
He's
have a
gone.
question. Did any one of you guys throw your hat into the ring to become the Sixers GM?
No, I would never do that. I wouldn't do it with Bob
did.
Myers as my boss. I would not.
I did. I'm waiting to hear back.
Interesting.
I think I have a shot.
I think you'd be great, Dad. I think you'd be great.
I appreciate
Your
that,
coaches
son.
wouldn't
Thank
last 18 months.
They
be
would
the
not.
George Steinbrenner.
They better be on point. They better be on point as soon as they walk through the door.
Yeah. Okay.
They better be on point. No bullshit. I don't want to hear it.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, Daryl Morey's gone. Chuck, I know that hurts you to your heart because that was your guy. You guys have a similar way of thinking. You're both in your 50s. Like I know that was your guy. And I know you didn't want to see it, and you were pretty heated.
You're such an ageist.
You were pretty heated in our chat.
No, I was. Yeah, I was heated.
You were heated in our chat. That was like the most heated I've seen you in a while. So I knew it hurt you.
Well,
so, tell me your thoughts. Give us your thoughts on this.
I did like Daryl. We thought alike. To use Troy's Troy term on a macro level, I think he's right that stars are going to pull you through to championships. And also, my issue was that it was hard to parse what was his decisions versus the owner's decision. As things are starting to surface right now, I don't know, it was all him.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked the way he thought. And I think over time, people will see he did a better job than he's getting credit for. Even with that, though, like, Troy, anyone could have talked me into firing Daryl Morey. Like, that wasn't really the issue, like him getting fired. It was more like the process of it was like very like Jerry Jones to me. And I don't know why you guys don't see that. It was.
In what way?
They had, 2 or 3 days of bad PR, and they decided to, when I mean bad PR, the Knicks taking over the stadium, the Sixers get blown out. And because the fans were screaming for a head, they didn't have like Tobias Harris there to blame or Ben Simmons. They wanted a piece of meat, and the owner listened to that. That was my problem. It was, and I like Daryl. But like I said, you could have talked me into firing Daryl. He wasn't perfect. Like most GMs, he wasn't perfect. He could have. You could have said, you know what, he did this and this. He needs to go, and I would have agreed. But for them to listen to the fans, that's what bothered me. Now this is
Chuck. Now, I have to push back because I don't think they were listening to the fans.
they absolutely were. If they went into
Chuck,
Chuck,
forget the Knicks. Forget the Knicks. If they lost to
Boston,
Boston,
the Knicks. If they would have lost to Boston on a buzzer beater in Game 7, Daryl Morey would have kept his job. That's the problem, because they lost the way they lost the Knicks. Would you agree that he would have kept his job if they lost the Celtics in a close game in Game 7?
I don't think so. I think Bob Myers was brought into this building to look at this basketball team and make some hard decisions. Listen,
people wanted.
This is
public wanted
what
a
I
piece
think.
of
I
meat.
think he was brought into this building because dude asked me like why is Bob Myers being hired, and then said, hey, take a look at the Sixers. Why? Like you're the one that pointed out that Bob Myers was on the sidelines late into the season and into the playoffs, right? So he's taking a good look at the coach. He's taking a good look at Daryl Morey. He's taking a good look at the team. Why?
So
if Daryl Morey is the president of basketball operations,
it's not the firing Daryl. It's the process. If they would have fired Daryl, let's say they fired him before the playoffs started and hired who did Dallas hire? Masai Ujiri? Like, if they would have fired Daryl and hired him, I would have been like, oh,
but
that's
that
kind of
never
weird.
happens.
That makes more sense to me than them waiting for them to lose to the Knicks in a bad way, because I can guarantee
Chuck, that's when
if he
most
would've lost
GMs.
the Celtics
Chuck,
on a buzzer-beating
he would have
shot,
been gone.
he would still have his job.
The only way that he would have still had his job if somehow Nick Nurse figured out how to use the other 10 guys on his bench and they went on
That's
to win
not
a
Daryl's-
championship. To me,
That's not
that's
Daryl's.
to
That's
me.
not
I'm
Daryl's
telling
fault.
you.
Nick Nurse not
Listen-
using
listen
his
to what I'm
bench is
saying.
Daryl's fault.
No. If he became a genius somehow, learned how to use his bench, that makes Daryl Morey look good, right?
Right.
But we all can agree that was a horrible bench. It's a horrible
No.
bench. But if somehow Nick Nurse pulled lightning out of his ass and got
Kobe,
everybody
you
to play
disagree with
great.
that. You were like, Trendon Watford. You were like pumping up. We were all pumping up Barlow. We were all pumping up Walker. We were
Chuck,
pumping
just
these
listen
players
to what
up.
I'm saying. Chuck, listen to what I'm saying. The only way that Daryl Morey saves his job is if the Sixers had won the championship, because then you can't fire your GM after you won a championship. But anything less than that,
Then fire
he
him.
was going to get fired.
So fire him at the end of that. That makes sense to me, Troy. What you just said makes sense to me. But it wasn't. Then fire him before the season.
No one
started.
gets fired. No one
before-
gets fired before the playoffs. Your
before the
team's in the playoffs. You're not going to fire your GM. You're
If-
not going to
if-
fire your coach. You don't get
You
fired.
are if other teams are firing their GMs and coaches, and you need to be one of the first ones in line to get one of those high level. The Sixers are getting scrap heats right now because everyone has a job. Like that makes more
Who?
sense to me. Who what?
Who has a job? Who? Jamal Mosley has a job?
No, what I use
What
Masai
GM?
as an example.
Masai Ujiri. Okay, so you're
So
saying
if
that
he-
they should have
if they wanted
fired
a
Daryl
best-
Morey. They should have fired Daryl Morey before the playoffs, knowing they were going to fire him no matter what, and then
if they want the
hired
best-
and then hired.
If they want a shot at
How-
the best candidates, yes.
How
I
often
think
does that happen?
That makes more sense to me. Instead of waiting for them to lose, the fans are screaming, and then we're going to.
But like I can't. Noah, what do you think, Noah? You think that Daryl Morey got fired because of the fans or because of the job that he actually was doing?
I think if Daryl Morey was getting fired by the fans, he would have been fired like 4 years ago. Like people have been complaining about Daryl Morey. Like I've been seeing people calling for Daryl Morey's like life, not even like his job for like 2 or 3 years. I don't think it was from the fans. I also don't think it's all him. Why the team was disappointing. But
No, I agree with that too. Kobe, what do you think? You think it's because of the fans or because of the actual job that he was doing?
I think it was mainly because of the job that he was doing, and it was because of the fact that you're seeing after the playoffs, like after the Sixers got eliminated, it's clear that you're now building around Maxey and VJ, and this is like the perfect opportunity to reset your front office and start building around those guys. And you don't want to do it with the guy that kind of failed to build around the
guy
team
who
that was
drafted
set in
those two
players.
Players you just mentioned is not. So the guy who drafted those two players you just mentioned, you're saying it's not wise to have him around. Okay. All right, listen, we can agree to disagree. My problem was never.
Right.
It's not necessarily him getting fired. It's the process of him being fired. Troy, do you remember? What was it? 2020, like. Harry Roseman drafted. He had just drafted like Rager and
JJ Ortega-Whiteside.
yeah, remember those?
Justin
And then you had Justin Jefferson was standing out there. People were like calling for Howie's head. People were calling for Howie's head. And you know what Jeffrey Lurie said? I don't care. You guys can scream if you want. I'm keeping this guy. I don't care what you say. Remember when like we were calling for Nick Sirianni to get fired? Like what was that, 23? Still are. And he went on to win a Super Bowl.
I'll say this. Right, but Harry Roseman had a lot more cachet than Daryl Morey did at the time.
I agree. But
All right. So
he
like
still
there was
picked
nothing for Daryl Morey.
Whiteside.
There was
He
nothing
still
for
made bad
Daryl Morey to
picks.
fall back
He had
on.
bad signings. I agree
Correct.
with
He
you.
also had a Super Bowl.
He had a Super
Right?
Bowl.
There was nothing that Daryl Morey could fall back on to say, "Hey, look at my track record. If you want to bring up the draft picks, that's great." Because I'll be honest with you, Chuck. When I look back on it, he had some great drafts for us. He drafted Paul Reed. He drafted Isaiah Joe. He drafted Maxey. He drafted
McCain.
VJ. He drafted McCain. But as good as he is,
I
or
can't think of a bad draft pick.
some of the draft picks are good. Half of those guys he shipped out because he didn't really care about them, right? That's not the
No,
type of G.
he let
Chuck, he didn't care. He undervalued what they could bring in this league, and those guys are proving it on other teams, right? That goes into him not being patient with these guys. So if and I think I said this in the chat, if he's not patient with the players, why should the organization be patient with him? He made some good draft picks and he turns around and he trades them. For what? For
so
proven players, for more draft picks?
you asked me at the beginning of this my thoughts on Daryl Morey, and one of the things I said was it's hard to parse what was his decisions versus the owner's decision. Now, one of the things you put in the chat was about something about like the owner said that it was Daryl's decision to get under the tax. It wasn't his.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought he threw him under the bus. I thought he threw him
guys,
under the bus.
this is to the young folks out there, the young boys out there. If you guys don't remember anything about this podcast, remember this. And I don't think our country does enough of this either. Like, I need you to think critically throughout your life, especially when you hear stuff from billionaires. Why would it didn't benefit it? Follow the money. It only benefited one person for Dow to get under the tax. He's not getting a bonus. It doesn't make him like any richer. It doesn't give him more salary space. It gives the owner the ability to save money. He's the only one benefiting for it. Don't tell me it was Daryl's fault or Daryl's decision to do that.
No.
Think
It wasn't. It's not
critically about
Daryl's
this.
decision.
That's crazy.
But we also have to think critically in saying that it wasn't his decision to get under the tax, because it just wasn't the first year that the Sixers try to get under the tax, right? It almost happens every freaking year with this.
But it
with this
doesn't,
owner.
Troy. Only 5 teams pay the tax.
Chuck,
It was a normal thing. Like, it's not like even if it's okay. Like, if the owner wants to be on tax, that's fine.
That's fine. But you don't make the decision to draft to get rid of a fan favorite. Like getting under the tax is one thing. You didn't have to do that to get under the tax. And I think that's what ultimately killed him.
I agree. But that goes back to my original point. It's hard to determine what was a Daryl decision versus a owner's decision. As the firing and some of the news comes out, I don't know if Daryl's putting that stuff out there. It's hard to determine what was his decision versus the owner's decision. And I don't know. We're never going to know. But
let me ask you a question.
We can move on. Like I mentioned, we could certainly you could talk me into firing Daryl. That wasn't an issue. It was the way they did it. They waited for them to look for the franchise to be embarrassed. Oh, we can't have this. We're going to fire him. Jeffrey Lurie would have never done that. Never done that.
Chuck, the franchise, they got, listen, in the past 6 years that Daryl has been here, it's not the first time that they've been embarrassed, right? This franchise. It's not.
In the 6 years he was here, you mean? Not just in general.
Yeah.
Like,
not just in general.
We've been
in the 6 years
for 50 years. It's been a lot of
right, but in the last 6 years, this is not the first time they've been embarrassed.
Yeah, no.
Okay. At some point in time, it's going to be. Listen, you have to either make us really. You have to get us there, get us to a finish line, or we're going to have to let you go. Like right now, the results that we hired you for, right now, the results that we hired you for are not being met. What we want, our goals, they're not being met with you in charge.
I agree,
So
Troy.
we have to go in another
We are
direction.
agreeing. We are agreeing. I don't think any one of
Right.
you guys are listening to me. It's not the firing Daryl. Troy, you can talk me into it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes
But
sense. Move on for
there
Daryl.
there's no right
I
time.
know
There's
what
no right
I
time to
know what
fire him. There's no right or wrong time to fire him.
I
When
think
the
it's a
season's
I think
over,
it's
you
a
fire him.
I think it's a good
I
time
think it would have been worse. I think it would have been worse if you let this go on for another 3 weeks and then fired him.
that I agree
Like the
with. My
season was
point
over,
was
you fired him 2 days later. That's what you're supposed to do.
if it was the if it was getting under the tax, trading McCain to get under the tax, then fire. If the owner said, "Listen, that's you can't do that," fire him after that. Like, and then
You
get
don't know.
someone new. Like you don't get top level candidates if you wait to after the season. Who's available?
How
You're
often
not
do
going
you see GM? How often do you see guys
never,
get fired during the season
You're right.
never.
And
when the
Like what would
team's
that
happen?
goes to
making
my
a
What would
point.
playoff push?
happen?
That goes to my
No,
point of
no.
I don't know if it was a Dell decision or owner decision. That's my point. Like I don't if that was so bad, and it's coming out that that was one of the last straws. If that was so bad, he should have been fired then. Like what or
Chuck,
was it an owner?
but
Whose decision was that to make that trade? And guys, once again, I don't
but
care. If
Chuck,
you want
look, again. But Chuck, if you have somebody working under you and you're giving them an opportunity, and you say, hey, I don't care what you do, get under the tax, and he does one of the worst things that could possibly happen, you have a choice as an owner.
Mhm.
You could look really bad and be like, you know what, you effed up, you're getting fired right now, or you can say to him, listen, I'm gonna give you a shot here to see how it plays out. Maybe you're right. I don't think you are, but I'm going to give you a shot. If it doesn't play out the way we think it's going to play out, you're probably going to get let go.
that's fair.
As
I
an
agree with that.
owner, that's the conversation that I would have.
That's fair. But
So,
once again, if you want to fire Daryl on his track record, fine. I just don't like the way it was. That was my biggest thing. When I was going crazy in that chat, it felt like something Jerry Jones would do. It didn't feel like something that Jeffrey Lawyer would do. Kobe, I don't know if you're old enough to
Jerry
remember.
Jones,
I don't know if you're old enough to
Jerry Jones
remember
would have
like before Brian Cashman, there was Gene Michael. You remember him for the Yankees? Like he built
Yeah.
those championship teams. Like he built them because George Steinbrenner was banned from baseball. So he couldn't like trade young players for aging superstars. Gene Michael was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold on to these players. I'm going to hold on to my managers. He wasn't firing managers every 1.5 seasons. He kept things consistent, and the Yankees started to build a dynasty. And then Brian Cashman came on, and he did the same thing. That's how you build a team. You don't just, oh, well, you made a bad move. We're going to like let you go. But I'm fine. Listen, once again, if you say it's 6
but
years,
you
I
can't
think he'll
just
get
say he
credit
made a
as
bad
time goes
move. I'm
on.
going to let you go. He made a bunch of bad moves. He made a bunch of bad moves.
And he made a bunch of good moves. It's like any other GM, good and bad. But again,
All right.
Troy, I am fine with it. You, like I said, I can be talked into it. That wasn't an issue. I didn't
I don't
like
think
the
you
way it
can
was
be.
done.
It doesn't sound like
I
you
am.
can be.
You're making. I thought he made great draft picks. I thought he got a lot for James Harden. Those picks are going to be super valuable. I think he did some really good things, and I'm happy with that. And just on your boy Bob Myers, I'm kind of like I'm trying to get excited about him.
I'm not excited about him.
I'm trying to. My boss who's a
To
white woman.
me, Bob Myers is like the opposite of Daryl Morey, where we can question his draft picks, but his deals to get players into the organization, he has a better track record.
Well, you can't
Not the
give him,
draft picks.
okay, you can't give him
What
KD
he got it.
because that was Draymond. Like I don't know like what are these players he signed? And again, I'm not dissing the brother, but I just don't know what he has.
He got Iguodala. He got Iguodala.
He got
That was a
he
huge
part of that?
get. He was
wasn't
there.
there before.
He's been the GM since 2012.
Okay.
He was the GM since 2012. So like a lot of his
I
draft
see.
picks,
Here's
he
what I
had
see.
like
Yeah.
maybe one or two good drafts, but most of his draft picks have been like, like it was a lot of misses in there. But it's just the
Tons.
fact of how he can build his team through trades and free agency, where
Okay,
he does a better job to me than Daryl Morey does.
that's fair.
Where Daryl Morey does a better job in the draft, bro.
That's fair. I just was
Okay.
going to say before, one of my boss, who's a white woman, she said to me one time, and I always remember this. She said she wished she had the confidence of a mediocre white man, and that's how I see Bob
Yeah.
Myers sometimes. Now, don't get me wrong. I think
Yeah.
his good looks have.
He talks a good game. He talks a good
He
game.
talks a good game, and he's tall. He's got all his hair. He's not a bad looking guy.
Right.
If he was short and like balding,
Daryl Morey.
like Daryl's tall though. Like, I think he would get more credit maybe if he was not as handsome. So I'm
If he
trying to
was like
give
Sam
him,
Hinkie,
yeah. If he looked like Sam Hinkie and he won multiple championships, they would call him a genius. So I'm trying to give him some grace that he's going to pick the right person to run the team. But I don't think I think Troy, you had asked like, would you want? You asked, will we put our names in a hat to become the GM of the Sixers? It doesn't seem like an attractive position because I don't know. Like Troy, you've worked under people before. Like he's going to hire someone who's going to like Bob Myers could probably get all the credit,
be
but
his
the
puppet.
person,
You think he's going to hire somebody to
but
be his puppet?
not a puppet, but they're going to get the person that he hires is going to get all the blame if the team doesn't do well, and Bob Myers will get all the credit if they do well. Like I don't see
I
it as a
doubt that.
win-win.
I don't think so because he came out and said, "Hey, listen, I'm day to day. I'm not going to
No,
be
he
part
said
of the."
no. He said he'd look for
No,
someone
listen.
he
He
can
said
talk to 5 days a week. 5 days a week. He said he wants
right,
to talk to him. He's going to have his hands in it.
but he's not going to be part. That's fine, but obviously you're not going to talk to him 5 days a week. He's got other jobs to do as far as with the watching the Redskins and everything else. But he wants somebody that he can go to if he needs to go to 5 days a week. He
Okay.
doesn't want to be part of the day to day, but he wants to be
Yeah.
part of the bigger decisions, right?
Okay.
Which
I don't know if I'm.
to me
Yeah.
it's like either shit or get off the pot. Like you either you want this job or you don't. Like if you hire a GM, let the GM do his job. And if there's a like a I don't know if he wants to ask you a question, be there for him. But let him
Okay.
do his job.
But, but why is it
Like
so he was?
the ultimate decision should not be Bob Myers if he's not the GM. If
Hmm.
you get all the ultimate decisions, then damn it, just name yourself the
Um,
GM.
I'm interested. If I hear if it's like Jameer Nelson um or Elton Brand, then to me it's going to be a puppet. But we'll see what happens. I'm trying to get a person race again. This my official stance is it's not the firing. I just want you guys to know that before you ask me my opinion. It's not the firing. I did want to keep
Hmm.
Daryl, but fine. I can understand why he needed to go. It's they
Right.
waited for like all the fans to be mad. There's no way Jeffrey Lurie would have done
The
that.
fans were already
No
mad.
freaking way.
The fans were
We were
already mad
mad
at
with,
Daryl
with
Morey.
we were mad with Nick Sirianni. We wanted him gone,
The fans were
and they
already
kept the brother.
mad with Daryl Morey. They were already mad with him, man. Like
Right.
they
I'm,
didn't wait until the fans got mad. We stayed mad at that guy. Like the contracts for Embiid and Paul George, they were bad.
I,
That plays into
once
it.
again, that goes to my point. Is that an owner decision or a Daryl Morey? Like you're right. I don't know what was what. So once again, Troy, he can be fired,
My
but
guess
don't give me
is
like
my guess is my guess is my guess is the owner's not saying, "Hey, I want to spend more. I want to pay these guys more money." That's Daryl Morey convincing the owner, "Hey, this is what we need to
Embiid
do.
is
We
super
want to get
close
Paul
to.
George in here. We want to get Paul George in here. We're going to pay him his contract, but he's only coming if he knows Joel Embiid is going to be
No,
here also.
hold up.
So we have
Embiid
to
is
get
super close to the owner. Just keep Arthur
I
away from him. I
and and listen, and that's fine,
you
and
shut
that's
up, Zach.
fine, and baby, and that's probably the reason why Embiid got that contract, right? But if Paul George wasn't coming here and didn't say, "Hey, I want to make sure that Embiid is going to be here for my 3 years," how do we know a contract offer is going to be extended?
Here's what I know so far. And I got to listen. We have to listen to our producer. Fine, we got to move on.
Okay.
I really think Embiid is close to the owner, and then Embiid wanted Paul George, and that's how it kind of happened.
Mhm.
But again, Daryl could have certainly not do it, but I don't know. There's stuff coming out where they only had a big hand in that stuff. And again, maybe Daryl's floating that stuff out there to the media. I don't know.
Right.
Embiid wanted James Harden, and he didn't say.
He also wanted PJ.
I thought
Tucker.
the Harden trade was a good trade. Like they got rid of Ben Simmons. Got Harden. That was
I
a
didn't-
great trade. And then they
They
got a
got rid of
haul
Ben
one
Simmons,
from
but they
trade.
also. But then we gave up picks, right? We gave up picks. We gave up Seth Curry, and
That's not what
Drummond.
I'm talking
We gave
about.
up our bench, we gave up
That's
our
not what I'm
bench,
talking about.
and that hurt us. Go ahead, Noah.
I'm saying Embiid wanted to keep James Harden, and we didn't keep James Harden. So it's not like Embiid just gets what he wants.
Yeah. So you think
Anyway, what's
Embiid
next?
on that?
If Embiid
ESPN
always got what he wanted, like we would have a championship. By now.
Well, he got to be wanted because I think he wanted Daryl Morey fired. I think that's one of the things he wanted. So, all right, we can move on. That's my thoughts. He can be fired. It's a process that it's Jerry Jones-esque. It's George Steinbrenner of the 80s, early 90s-esque to me. So that's why I had the problem with it.
Well, whoever the Sixers do bring in got a big decision to make next month in the NBA draft. And speaking of the draft, Sixers have the 22nd overall pick. I got a couple of names, a couple of prospects that obviously, if they fell to the Sixers, they should definitely take.
Kobe, if these prospects walked into my house, I wouldn't know who they were.
I mean, do you guys have any names on the top of your head? I also have a few guys. I also have a few guys that, would be solid picks, but aren't, I would say, must takes.
I would like to know what positions you think that the Sixers go after. Like, I don't know the players, but I think the Sixers go after a 4 or 5, preferably a 5. Like, this is pie in the sky, but like a Mitchell Robinson type, that type of big man. I don't know if they're out there, but that type of player. But I don't know. I want to know your guys' thoughts on like what positions. Then Kobe, you can start to talk about prospects. I just don't know any of these players.
I mean, I would definitely say either a big or a swing man. If you look at the roster from the playoffs, they definitely lacked size when Embiid wasn't playing, having consistent production from their center position. And
do you think they need a replacement for Embiid? Should there be like?
I don't think they're gonna get that at the 22nd pick.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to get Embiid. I'm talking about like should they get a 5 to complement Maxey?
No, I don't think there's a 5 out there that's like all those 5s will probably be gone. That's worth picking.
Oh,
At the
okay.
22nd pick,
Once again, I'm not looking for Embiid.
I mean, I think
That's
you can still get a
impossible.
big. No, I think I think they probably should go with the power forward. There'll be a lot of power forwards at that point in time. You probably just pick the best one available.
Okay.
So I think there's one guy that would be a long-term fit for their center position. I mean, he's a 4, but he could also play the 5. And I think he's the one guy that could be your future that you're looking at in your front court. But he would probably go a little bit earlier. He could also drop. I don't know.
Who?
I want to get to him, but first I want to talk about a few guys that could fall that would be solid picks. Amari Allen out of Alabama. He's his NBA comp is Josh Hart. He averaged 7 rebounds a game, 6'8", was a freshman. Really smooth shooting stroke, only shot at 34%, hit 37 threes, so not high volume. Took 138 threes, so not didn't have a whole lot of makes, but has a really smooth shooting stroke and has size, is good defensively, and obviously helps out on the glass, which is one of the Sixers' biggest weaknesses. So he's one of those guys that might fall to you, and he's not a must-take player, I don't think, but he would be one of the solid players for the Sixers, one of the solid prospects that would fit their team. Allen Graves out of Santa Clara. He hit the game-tying shot against Kentucky in the tournament, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
He was that guy in Santa Clara that hit the shot to go to, went to overtime?
He's a good player. That kid's a good player.
So he was a bench player for them. He came off the bench, averaged 11.6 rebounds in 22 minutes, was a freshman. He's not really athletic. So he relies a lot on his basketball IQ, His physicality, he's a solid rebounder, 6 rebounds a game
Give me
in
a
22
comp.
minutes.
He
I was
sounds like
thinking
Janai
like
Broom. He sounds like Janai Broom.
No, no,
no,
he could
he's
be some similar to Batum. Like he's like a connective type of player, does a little bit of
Oh, okay.
everything.
I understand.
You know, he's decent. From what I remember, he was a decent defender. He rebounds, a little bit of playmaking, but like when I say playmaking, like the connective passing, like he makes like the right pass. Um, so like to me, that's who he reminded me of a little bit.
another guy,
Not really athletic, but go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, not too athletic. Another guy, Joshua Jefferson, senior out of Iowa State, turning 23 years old in a couple of months. He averaged 16.7 rebounds, 5 assists per game. He's been
Yeah,
talked
he's
about
older
as
than
one of
BJ.
the he's been talked about as one of, if not the best passer in the draft, even though he's like a 4'6'8" power forward. Not what I noticed about him just watching his highlights and a bit of his tape, doesn't really have a incredibly high motor, which is kind of concerning because you do want to build around Maxi and VJ and they kind of play with high energy and high motor. I would say you want to get another guy in there like that. But listen, he's a facilitator. If he's going to find them on the fast break, still rebounds, 7 rebounds a game, senior, he's an experienced guy. He could probably help you out right away. He'd be a good guy to take, but not somebody I would say you have to take if he's there. And then that takes us to like a couple of guys that if they are there, for me, you have to draft them. And that would be Dalen Swine out of Texas. He is just like the ultimate swingman, 6'5", but he has a really long wingspan. I forgot what it was. He averaged 17.7 rebounds, 3 assists per game as a freshman. Super athletic, high motor, can shoot, can defend, plays with passion. Like he just fits the mold of a Maxi and VJ, and he's a guy that you can play next to him. I think he can guard threes. He can play the three. So he's projected to go in the teens, like 10
How
to
tall is he?
15. He's 6'5". He was listed as 6'5" at the combine. But he's long and he's athletic and
Hold on.
he doesn't look 6'5".
Yeah, actually, it says he measured at Dalen Swain, right?
Yeah.
He measured 6'7" in
Oh, he
shoes.
did.
So yeah, in shoes, he's got a 6'10" wingspan. So
I like him. I feel like if he's there, that would be a steal for the Sixers.
you like him more than Johnson?
So that's the other guy. If he's there, you have to take is, I would say either that kid from Texas or Morris Johnson Jr. from Michigan. Like he's the guy, Chuck, that could probably be your big man for the next 5 to 10 years he lives up to what his expectations are. Like he's 6'9", 250, athletic, can play either position, 7'5" wingspan. So even though he's 6'9", like you feel good about him crashing the glass, going up against other bigs, stretching the floor. He's got a solid jumper, hits 78% of his free throws, 34% from three. High
Let me ask
motor
you guys a
guy.
question though, and I'm taking all this with a grain of salt because I think all you guys wanted Ace Bailey over VJ, but
I don't remember any of that. But go ahead.
I don't remember you being high on VJ.
I wasn't. I don't watch
You
college
didn't even know
basketball.
who VJ was.
I
You
didn't know
wanted
who he
to
was.
trade down. As
I
a
wanted
matter
to
of
trade
fact.
down for
Okay,
Derek
so apples and oranges.
No, it's not. There's no way apple and oranges. Anyway, do you think the Sixers can get a starter at 22, or will it be more of a like rotation player off the bench?
They like if they were to get Johnson at 22, I don't think he's going to fall that far. Like his combine measurements were kind of off the charts. Um, if they could get him, yeah, he would be a plug and play starter from day one, kind of like VJ. It's possible. It's and especially possible because I mean, we have three starters on our team, in Embiid, Maxey, and VJ. The other two positions, like, yeah, you could plug anybody in there for pretty much. right? So it's
Hey,
possible.
we got another guy we pay $50 million to. He's a starter.
Oh, that's right, Paul George. I forgot. I forgot about him. Listen, I would love to see. I don't care if we pay him $50 million.
You guys were
Paul
loving Paul
George coming
George
off the bench,
in
that
the
would be
Boston
great.
series. You guys are something else. All of you guys.
That wasn't a hit. Paul George. I like Paul George.
Paul George coming off the bench, that would be great. That means our team is very good.
That would be that would be ideal.
You don't like that idea, Chuck?
I do like it actually. I just don't
What is that
see
doing
it
for us?
happening. What's that?
What is that doing for us? Like changing him from the starter to.
No, I think what Troy's saying is if we're that
Well, what I'm saying is that
deep,
if he's able to come off the bench, that means that we have a very good team. It's the same way I
yeah,
feel about Kelly. Like
yeah.
Kelly as your starter, Paul George as your starter at 30, he's going to be 37 years old or 36,
You're
whatever.
such an ageist, Troy.
Chuck, age, listen, everyone's not LeBron James. I'm sorry.
Well, he's playing well. Like he
Everyone
wasn't
can,
like not playing. He was
yeah, but
playing better than like
great.
26-year-old.
Right, but then it fell off a cliff. It fell off a cliff, and that's because he's older, man. Like if this was Paul George, if this was 26-year-old Paul George, it's not falling off a cliff. I feel much better about him, but come on, he's going to be another year older. He's not going to get any better. He's going to get
That's fine.
worse.
I'm fine.
So
I like the idea. If you're right, if we are that talented, where Paul George, hey, you're still gonna make your same money, but we're going to
we
we're
can
gonna
save your
we're gonna make
legs.
save your legs. I'm fascinated by I'm looking for at first, but they need a replacement for Embiid. I'm not saying they can get it in this draft, but is there like a Isaiah Hartenstein type player, or even like a I mentioned Mitchell Robinson, anything like that in this draft?
What
Where they
about
could
Yeah.
what about the big man from North Carolina? I forgot his name. The white guy.
Henry Vassar.
No, he's not it.
No, he's a 7-footer that can't rebound.
that's what we got right now.
There is
He
a
sounds like Embiid.
He's not a bad player, but he's not with. You could get somebody
you-
better than him.
But Cobb,
I
you
think
don't,
at that
you,
at
is
that.
there like a rim running, shot blocking? I'm gonna ask for a lot. They don't need to score. They don't need to score necessarily, but rim protecting like big that could
what
be at
about
22.
what about
We have that in a Dembona right now. Everything you just said.
He might be the dumbest player I've ever seen, and he's the brother has no IQ. And I know he's still learning the game to some extent, but God, he's dumb.
I mean, he could take a leap next year. Who knows what he looks like at 22 years old?
Maybe. You think he's an Embiid replacement? I mean, maybe. I don't know.
no?
He would need to
I don't
develop a
see it
jump
either.
shot.
We
I don't.
there is no Embiid replacement. I think that's been
Again, I'm not
already been
looking for
proven in the
Embiid.
last
I'm
10
not
years.
looking. I'm looking for like an Isaiah Hartenstein type player. That type, like, is that too much to ask? Is that even too much?
Um.
Mitchell Robinson, is that too much?
Okay.
Actually, Mitchell
Mitchell
Robinson's a free agent.
Robinson.
Maybe they
So
should go after him.
all right. So there's this kid. What about a Luke Cornett, Robin Lopez type player? Steven Adams, Clint Capella. I'm gonna name some names and you tell me when to stop.
I'll take a Steven Adams type
Uh,
player. I'll take a
Steven Adams type player.
Clint Capella, yeah, rim running like he like Clint Capella would be like prime. Capella would be great with VJ and Maxine.
This
Rim
guy's
running
only
big.
6'9". He's only 6'9". There's a guy who's a Luke Cornett,
You hush.
Robin
We have a
Lopez.
podcast
Okay.
in 2 weeks.
This kid, his name is Ugana Onienso. He's from Virginia. Paint protector, glass cleaner, lob threat. Got that dog in him. Those are his attributes.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? NBA draft.net.
Yahoo.com sports.
What's he
He's
projected?
6'11", second round, pick 11.
Okay. Man, I
I
wish
mean,
Maury was here.
it's a project. He's a project. What we're
Can they
talking
just
about
get
here are
Maury to do the
projects.
draft for
So,
us? Can it get Maury to do the draft for us?
And what I also want them to take into account, which they will, is who these guys are as people and what their mental makeup is, what their
Colby, if you say the word culture, I don't care how many muscles you got. I don't care how many muscles
Listen,
you
I
got. I'm
have-
driving to New Jersey and I'm going to lose it.
Listen, Yahoo has the Sixers taking at the 22nd pick, Luigi Suigo.
It's over.
That's because we don't have a GM right now.
Luigi
Harold Maury
Suigo.
isn't he
He's
in a video
7.
game?
Listen, he's 7'3". He's 289. He's 19 years old. His attributes: dime dropper, lob threat, glass cleaner, basketball IQ. His comparisons are Marc Gasol and Mehmet Okur.
Who's creating these my players?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow. All right. I mean, Marc Gasol, prime Marc Gasol. Okay.
Learn under Embiid.
Embiid ain't showing no one. He can't even show the bigs we got how to play basketball.
That's a good
I'll
point.
give you that. I don't. Who's making his draft pick?
Who's what?
Who's making his draft pick?
You gotta hire a GM. I don't know.
Good luck with that.
Well, speaking of hiring someone else, the Phillies hired someone else. They're doing pretty well. 15-4 since firing of their manager
Chuck was really
with Don
upset about that,
Mattingly,
too.
former Yankee Don Mattingly, one of my favorite all timers. Taking
It was nepotism, reverse nepotism. But go ahead.
Are
I'm
you
not
guys
wrong.
feeling any sort of? I know, Dad, you've talked about all they need is a fresh start, another manager to turn things around. It looks like they kind of done that. Are you guys any more optimistic about the Phillies and them getting back into the NL East race?
Absolutely.
Do you want
They
to
don't-
admit that you were wrong on that or no?
By the results, I have to admit that I'm wrong. I wish Topper would have gotten the play this schedule. I think firing someone 28 games in a 162 game schedule is insane. Especially when you were playing the Braves and the Cubs every other day. Now they're playing the Pirates and they're playing the Rockies, and like their schedule is so much easier. But again, I'm not dissing the brother. Teams is playing well. So yeah, if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. If they make the wild card, I don't think they're gonna catch the Braves. But if they make the wild card, yeah, I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong. So I just don't. Troy talks about hearing a different voice. These hearing voices drive me, as much as Kobe's saying culture, hearing voices drives me up the wall as well.
Chuck,
But-
you go, but you talk about when in high school, like you didn't like playing for Coach Collins, and
didn't like
if
He wasn't
Coach
nothing against
Hop-
me. I mean, nothing
if-
against him. It was
right,
yeah. I like
if
Coach Hop.
Coach Hop took over, huh?
I like
If
Coach
he
Hop.
took over,
I like
right,
Coach
if-
Collins.
if he
This was
took
my
over.
top coach. Mm-hmm.
right? If he took over and
Good
you had
point.
to play for
Good point.
him, you'd probably play a little bit
Good point.
differently, right? You probably have a different attitude going into practice, going into the
Yes.
games, everything.
Correct.
So
I agree with that. But it's not like the Phillies didn't have success with Topper. They like those players, for the most part, the same players. They had success with them. But again, I'll admit that I'm wrong. It's a little just like it was too early to fire Topper. I think it's a little early to say the Phillies are fixed. It's not. They haven't even played in 50 games. I think they may have been their 50th game. But it's a 162 game schedule. They played 50 games. They fired their manager at 28 games. We got 100 more games to go. Let's see what happens. But again, as of this point, I am definitely wrong because the team is playing better. And that's a good point, Coach Collins versus Coach Hop. Shout out to both of them. I hope they're still doing well in life. I don't know what they're doing right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm still on a wait and see approach when it comes to the Phillies. I believe that they needed to make a move, but still, I mean, we still have the same lineup. I don't know if that translates to the playoffs again because they stop hitting for whatever reason when they get to playoffs. So I'm just a wait and see approach.
I am going to find the video of you saying that Kyle Schwarber was not a MVP candidate, and I'm going to cut it up, and I'm going to play it on this podcast.
And send it to him. Send it to him, please.
No, I'm just going to send it to you.
Because I want him to show me. I want him to show me.
He's showing
Show
you.
me.
He's showing
I'm
you right
from
now.
Missouri. I'm from Missouri. Continue to show me. I'm from Missouri.
He's-
You have to show me.
He's showing you right now.
Yeah, he's hitting a whopping 230.
Yeah.
Yeah, he leads the majors in home runs.
Yeah.
Listen, Kobe, what is 1995? No one cares about batting average anymore. It's about OPS.
Oh, so if you're hitting 100,
You
then
sound
you
you sound like my
start-
grandfather. No one cares about
so you can
batting
go
average
you can go 1 for 30 and start on a playoff team.
go for 1 for 30 and start.
You can go 1
I
for
don't
30 every month and be okay. I don't think so.
But you won't have a high OPS. Like that's all people care about. He's like top 5 OPS in the league. Like that's all people care about.
Batting average still matters.
Like, he
Batting
might
average does not
he might
matter.
have more home runs than the whole Yankees team had this last month.
Okay, dude.
Let's show.
You want to talk about the Yankees as a Phillies
Yeah,
fan?
start with the Yankees. You had one job to beat the Mets. You guys had one job, and you couldn't get it done.
We're past that. Guess what? We're about to sweep the
past
Blue
that.
Jays.
I'm not over it. I was
Kobe,
like, the
Kobe,
Yankees
what,
okay, the
what
Mets
game
won.
did you
We're
go
gonna
to?
put 'em on-
What game were you on television?
That was Toronto or something, wasn't it?
Playing the Blue Jays
You was playing Blue Jays.
Monday.
One job, Kobe. Beat the Mets. I was put them out that misery. Now they're breathing down our necks again. They're
I was
2 games
pissed.
out.
That was a horrible loss. That was a horrible loss. That was the Mets
Horrible
World
loss.
Series.
That's awesome.
But to quote Noah, the Phillies cannot hold the Yankees jockstrap right now. So I don't want to
That was
hear
a quote. No quote.
anything about Kyle Schwarber's home run tally.
Why not? Why can't we hold you guys jockstrap?
Because you guys are a 500 baseball team, and
What are you guys like?
we're like
one game
over
five?
10 games over 500.
We'll end the
Playing
season.
much better
We'll
baseball.
end the season
With 50 games in, Kobe.
The same amount of wins.
I'm just saying.
If we're looking at like the past like 2 months,
But-
like we're better.
Let me ask you guys a question. Like, how long does it take for you to say, all right, this is the baseball team that we have? Like, how many
Memorial Day.
games does it take?
I would say once. I think
Memorial Day.
by next week, we know who these teams are. Not in usually not
After
in
the
April.
after the All-Star break,
Definitely,
which is why I
Later.
don't know. Which is why I don't know why Kobe's talking like that. Like it's not-
well, because you brought up Kyle Schwarber's hitting more home runs
No,
than
you
our roster
Brought up
over the
Kyle
past.
Schwarber batting 230. Who were trying to give us a praise.
Yeah, because you're talking about him being an MVP candidate. MVP candidates don't bat 230. I'm sorry. You can have as many home runs as
Well,
you want.
absolutely.
They don't
bat-
bat
No,
he
230.
batted, he batted like
Nobody
240.
talks about batting average anymore.
He batted like
What
240
are we
last
doing?
year, and he was second in MVP.
He was he was second, right? He didn't win.
That's an
Name
MVP
an-
candidate. No,
Name
That's
an
MVP candidate,
MVP. Okay, name an
That's what we
MVP
said.
winner. Name somebody
We
that's
didn't
won
say winner.
MVP.
We said candidate.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Name a
How
winner
many-
that batted 230. You won't. You
How
won't
many-
name one.
How many former or current MVPs do you have on the Yankees? And why isn't Troy?
We have a
talking?
couple. We have a lot. We have a couple. What's your point?
Yeah,
That
you guys do the
You,
same.
you
thing.
guys are in second place with like as more MVPs.
It's early. It's early.
Okay, good. That's all I want. That's perfect. That's all I want to hear. That it's early. It's super early. Would you agree 28 games was a little early to like determine if a coach is good or not? Ever
No.
take you to playoffs for
Not,
three
not,
straight
not
years?
in our case. Not in this case.
Okay.
Not in
I
the
don't-
Phillies case.
I don't think it was
Troy does
Rob
have
Copper's
different
fault
rules
though.
for
I
the
think
Phillies, though.
I think the team has started playing better. Like it's not like
It's a
he's bringing
coincidence,
out.
right?
It's not like
It's
he's
a
bringing out.
coincidence.
But it's
a
not like he's
coincidence
bringing
that
out
they
like new
started playing
lineups or anything.
It's a coincidence that they started playing better when they fired the manager.
I think they probably rallied around that they lost their guy and they were like, all right, we got to lock in. And they locked in. I'm not
And
saying it
that's
was a
all you
wrong
want.
decision.
That's all you want. If it takes to
Okay.
get, firing a manager for a team to do that, that's perfect. I don't
Okay.
I don't care about the manager more or less. Like the team has to lock in. To your point, what's the best way to get this team to lock in? The manager, hey, get this team to lock in. The manager is lost, doesn't know how to do it. He has to go. If that's the reason why the team locks in, perfect.
Okay. All right. Zach is dying to talk about Drake.
I don't want to talk about Drake anymore. We're gonna be here for another 30 minutes, and I want to
Why not?
go take a shower.
Listen,
No, no.
let me. Can I say this? I listened to
Hold
the
on.
album.
I want Zach to
You
come
guys
on. I
forced me
want
to
to get
listen to the Iceman album.
Hold on.
All right, let's get Zach on.
Zach.
We
You
didn't,
ready to go on?
we didn't force you to listen to it. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to
You
it. We're
guys
gonna
put a
enjoy it.
gun to my
Drew.
head
Drew, are you
and
getting on
said,
this?
"You listen to this album, or we're pulling the trigger."
All right. Here we go. You can
Here-
listen to it. I'm going to be producer. I'm
What's
giving
going
it-
on, folks? Where's Zack Attack?
Oh, I'm anyway. Zach's coming on in a second.
So we're gonna talk about it. Are you
We're going
ready?
to talk about.
Noah?
I don't think I can leave without.
Wait,
All right.
ending
Well
the-
then, all right. Zach just may have to join as a guest. Can he just
can you
come in
throw
as
his
a
little
guest?
picture up there again? Back up there.
Who, Zach?
Anyway,
He's go-
Zach, are you on? Okay.
No, Zach.
No, why don't you kick it off about your overall impressions of the album?
Oh, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for this. Sorry.
Well, I mean, this is we're doing a live podcast.
I thought the production was great in the album. I thought we got a lot of. Look at Drew rolling his eyes already. Oh my god.
Who, me? I'm not. I don't care.
Drew, not you.
Oh,
Anyways,
Hold on.
I think
I
because
thought-
you said we, like because like you were in the production studio with them and you put some
I
beats
know.
together. You said
I know,
we.
right?
I'm saying we
Let-
as listeners, we
Okay.
listeners.
Okay.
Anyways, I thought there was some great production on the album. What else? I thought we got a lot of the. Like, why are you smiling, Drew? I thought we got a
Get
lot
on
of
with it.
the recently out of Drake's discography that we got some of the most introspective tracks that we got in recent history from him. Yeah, I thought it was a good album. There was probably about maybe like two songs on there that were like kind of hits to me, but like they were still like a vibe. That's one thing about Drake. Like maybe like the bars are weak in some of the songs, but he's still gonna, be a good listen toable song. What else? I like it that he didn't have a bunch of features on it, so it felt like it was more. This was more of a, like this is what he wanted to put out. This is all coming from him. We got a Future, Drake and Future back together making music. That's like the third eye roll from Drew so far. I don't know what he got going on. You something in your eye, buddy? You got glasses on. Should. Anyways, also he dropped 2 other albums.
But we're just here to talk about Iceman. We're not here to talk about those.
Like I wasn't going to. I just wanted to mention that. Drew.
What's going on with Zach?
I don't know what happened to my internet, but
I've actually been dying to hear for Drew to say, because like for some reason, like the thing about Kendrick fans,
I
like,
wanted to know what Drew was gonna say though.
It seems
Alright.
like Kendrick fans like hate Drake more than they like Kendrick. Like it's actually weird.
Yeah,
I don't
They do.
know.
All right.
Because like me, I respect Kendrick Lamar. I still listen to Kendrick's music. I think he's a great artist. I just saw like he's like, I just think he's a little fake guy. I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't.
Kendrick is
listen?
fake?
I don't listen to Kendrick's
All
music.
right,
He's
can,
off.
can I? All right, as
No,
an
no,
older
no,
gentleman-
no. No. Troy,
feel like
Troy and
Kendrick's-
Chuck are gonna have to go in the back for this conversation.
No. Listen, before
no,
you
no.
go, Drew, I just
Go
want
on
to
it.
say one thing. As an older gentleman, who listened to the music because you guys have put a gun in my head and said I had to listen to this or else. Here's my impression of the
I would have
album.
got shot in the head, Troy.
If you are a Drake fan, you love this album. if you hated Drake or not a fan of his, you thought this album was trash. And if you didn't care either way about Drake, you did not care about this album. That was my impression. If I was a Drake fan, I'd be like, oh, I could probably get into this. But I'm not a person that cared about him either way. So I just looked at the album. I listened to the production. Initially, I thought like the first 15, 20 minutes, I was about to fall asleep. I didn't think the production was that great. There was one particular song on there where like the beat switched, and I thought that was a really nice track. But it's not an album that I need to listen to again. And I'm saying this as a hip hop fan. I would not consider him a hip hop artist. I think he is a music artist. But in no way, shape, form would I consider him one like a top MC. His lyrics are, I don't know. I like nothing impresses me about him, to be honest with you. I was telling Kobe that I have 2 songs of his on my music, and one of them he's not even on. It's just a lady singing on it, and another one's a remix a remix by some jazz band, and he happens to be rapping over it. It's
Soul Rebels headlines.
Soul Rebels, right? They did a remake of Headlines, and I thought it was dope. But other than that, I'm just like, I could take it or leave him. I could take it or leave this album. I never have to listen to it again. I'm not listening to the other 2 albums that he made. I listen to Iceman.
Before Zach and Drew says their piece, I didn't listen to one. I didn't listen to it at all. But is there any? I know Kendrick does a lot of like. Who mentioned like cultural and like
Appropriation.
political is not the right word. It's more like social. I don't know how to really put it. Like stuff that's happening in the world that he wants to speak on.
Current events.
Current events, but also like that strike a chord with like injustices around the world.
You
Like,
can say he has a very.
does Drake does that? Does he do that? Like, I know he's not.
Talked about Palestine.
He
Oh, he did,
supports
okay.
Israel. We could talk about that, but we're not.
He supports Israel, Drew. Okay, bro.
Isn't he Jewish?
You
That's
can be
not-
Jewish and not support Israel. He
but
signed
that's
a
what-
he signed his.
But we're not here to
He's
talk.
the
We're talking about Iceman.
it-
We're here to talk about.
But any
Iceman.
You just said
he because he's
supports
he's
Israel.
a
What are you talking about?
he's a
There's
lot.
there's a lot
I
of
don't
things
play-
Drake
I don't play about
doesn't talk about. I want to talk about Iceman. I want to talk about
Then why
Iceman.
do
All right, go ahead. I just want to know because
You
he's
would-
a
George
lot more
Gervin?
mature now.
Don't
I thought
mention
he would-
Israel on this podcast.
Don't never say that again, son. There's only one Iceman.
Iceman. My father.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm sorry, son.
Drew-
You're right.
Drew or
There's only
Zach?
one
Drew or
Iceman. His
Zach?
name is George Gervin. You're right, son.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Gosh.
So the fans.
So all right. So while Dad was on the pod, you know, I went to go re-listen to some of the songs I thought I would like what was it, National Treasures and Shebang. Those are probably the more like radio heavy songs you'll probably hear if you listen to radio. They were all right. Those were really the only songs I liked, and like I only liked the first like 2/3 of it, and then after that it was just of those 2 songs I liked, and then everything else wasn't that great. It wasn't great. The album wasn't great.
Sure,
You
it
don't
doesn't
think
seem like
you
you're
don't think
going
too
in with an
good for the
open
radio
mind.
could be on the radio?
Listen,
He
listen,
doesn't.
It's
wait,
not-
because
This
now
is the man.
wait,
This
This is the man.
Drake can do better. This is a man.
No.
Drake can do better.
Drew, he dropped.
And guess what?
classics.
This
You
is
just didn't
this is
listen
what
to it.
happens when
No,
someone better
Drew.
calls you
Listen.
out on everything you've done. This is what happens
This is
when everything that's derivative of him and everything that's just mass produced. That's how Drake is so exposed. It's just mass production. Kendrick won the beef and won not like us because he mass produced the song. He just kept playing it and playing it and playing it. Because that's what Drake does. He just keeps playing and playing and playing his these songs that are not great. God's Plan is not a good song. It's one of his highest streaming songs. It's not a good song objectively. It's not a good song.
Hotline Bling.
Yes, objectively, those are not good songs. Those high streaming songs he makes, they're not good songs objectively. They're just popular.
Drew, it's not. Those
What's
aren't
popular?
rap songs, though.
He's
Those aren't
known
rap
for
songs.
quantity, not quality.
No, that's not
And
true.
he's blurred the line for years doing that.
That's not true. Can we talk about how? Can we talk about how? Drake
Name a
has
classic
some
album objectively.
views.
You,
Views.
No, Views. Drake thinks
Views-
Views is a bad album. Like, this-
how is
I mean,
Views a classic album?
Because you
This is
Views
why-
is
this
not
is why-
classic
You revisit
in
it.
any
I don't
sense.
take
It's not
Views-
classic light. It's not
not-
classic.
I don't,
It's not
It's not
I
classic
don't take Drew
anything.
serious when
There
he talks
is-
about Drake because he hates Drake. And he
His
says Views
first
is a
3
bad album.
albums, maybe you can argue that, and that is a strong maybe.
What?
I've never been this quiet.
Views,
Views isn't a
Views,
classic. Views isn't a classic.
views.
Hey! All I gotta say is like I'm kind of tired of this whole like thing. Like I enjoy Drake's music. I think if you think,
Wait,
like
Views isn't a classic. This is
Views
horrible.
is not a classic, sir.
Okay.
I think
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Why do you feel a need to defend Drake and his music? Like you love it, and that's great.
I was literally about to get to that. Like why?
Okay.
I was about to say, like I'm kind of tired of
They're
this, like,
genetically
defending them, like-
similar.
You done?
You were dropped. Go ahead.
I'm just tired of this
You were
whole
drunk.
thing. Like Kendrick fans, like they like I said earlier, they hate Drake more than they like Kendrick Lamar. Like you tell me, you guys listen to like Squabble Up and TV Off, and like, oh my god, this is so hard. Like, oh, album of the year. And you guys hear Drake, and you're like, oh, I can't listen to this. This is so boring. I'm about to fall asleep. Like, come on. Listen, look me in my eyes and tell me that GNX was like anywhere near like as good of like what Kendrick Lamar could have like is capable of making. Like that was like a
GNX was great. GNX was great, man.
I think it's better than JNX. Squabble
Okay,
up,
Drew.
squabble up. Like
Colby, what do you think? Someone who's of
Oh,
my
I didn't
age
get to my point. I
demographic.
didn't get to my point yet. I don't care if people like Drake anymore because like it's Drake.
He's a PDF file, allegedly.
No,
Let's
let
go on
Drew,
with
let
it.
Can I
him finish.
talk,
Drew.
Drew?
Let him finish.
Please, I know like it hurts for you to like hear about.
Nothing
Drake
was
because
the
you hate him.
same, Noah.
You hate him
Drew-
so much.
I'm
hate
pausing,
Drake,
Drew.
you hate Drake so
I'm
much for some
muting
reason.
Drew,
I don't know why. I
let him
know
talk.
it's hard for me to hear it.
Go ahead, Noah.
I forgot what I was saying. Honestly. Mind you, this is the man who posted a Drake diss like 3 days in a row, like before Iceman dropped. Like, I don't know what his deal
Can
is.
I talk about it though?
Anyways.
Let's talk about it. I have some shit to get off.
I'm tired of this whole thing. It's kind of like Drake and this whole Drake thing is kind of like the LeBron thing. Like there's people who hate him. There's people who hate him, but like they don't really have any reasoning behind like just their like own like I don't know what you guys got going on.
Their own opinion of him.
Like it's never about.
trust it? Can I
Drake
trust
is derivative and
I guess.
oversaturated.
why they
You-
hate Drake. They hate Drake because he's the best rapper alive.
Like
the same-
I don't
like, they
think Drake's the best rapper alive. I don't think that. I think Drake's my favorite artist. I think he's one of the greatest artists of all time. You guys say you guys will be like, oh, all Drake songs sound the same. Those same genres.
That's-
You guys will call him a culture vulture, even though
He is.
how can he be a
How's
culture
he a culture
vulture?
vulture,
How
but
can he
all
be
of
a
his
culture
songs are the
vulture when
Depending on the album determines the accent he uses in that album.
But
Use is a
no,
prime example.
wouldn't you agree though that like not every artist is for everybody?
yeah,
Like
that's
not
right.
everybody. Okay, so then you can understand why people won't like Drake.
That's why that's what I was saying. Like I'm tired of this whole thing. I don't care anymore. If you guys don't like Drake, I don't care anymore. I like Drake. I thought it was a good album. I thought you guys listened like Drew. You listened to it one time. Troy listened to it one time. I thought there was a lot of like clever wordplay in that album that like I listened to it 3 times. I was still like, oh, like this is what he really meant for that. Like you guys, look at Drew. Like look how angry it is making Drew. Like Drew
I'm
here.
more tired than anything. Believe it or not, more tired than everything.
Like, if you think Drake's not a talented rapper, like I think that's just like so like that's just so
You're
not true at
psychotic.
all. He has great wordplay, flow, delivery. Like maybe he doesn't have the. I never thought he was as talented lyrically as Kendrick, but I feel like
What?
So look, I got 1, 2,
Okay.
3,
Wait, can we talk about that though?
4. I got
What does
5
Kendrick
albums of Drake.
say?
I got 5 Drake albums.
I-
So I'm gonna show you that I like Drake. All right, I got his first
You
3.
tell me Views is a bad album.
Views is
I
not a
don't- I don't care.
classic though. Views is not a classic.
Why does it get revisited all the time?
It's not a classic. Certified Lover Boy is not a classic.
Good album.
His first 3 are the biggest
but
argument
you know,
you might
hey,
call it that.
Here-
Might.
here's-
Last thing I'm gonna say.
Take Care's not
last
a
thing I'm gonna
classic
say-
though.
Oversaturated. I wouldn't call
Last
it
thing I'm
classic.
gonna say-
Classic. Say it's not a classic. I want to hear you say it's not a classic.
Go ahead, Noah.
Once again, I don't care if you don't like Drake, but you know what they say. Like if you don't like Drake, like you probably just don't get any hoes. I'm sorry.
You don't get any who? You probably don't
What?
get any what? Any who?
I don't want to say it again. I already said it once. I use my
People.
Women?
I use my one curse word of the day.
Females.
So the only reason why a man could
It's
get
a joke,
any
it's a joke, it's a
girls
joke.
is to listen to Drake.
It was a joke.
That's my big takeaway.
I was joking. But anyway,
That makes me like Drake
there was a
even less. I like Drake, but that right there makes me like him less.
I don't
Toxic
have anything
Go on.
masculinity.
against him. I just don't. I just never thought of him as a hip hop artist.
why not? He's done a lot of things like for hip hop. He's put a lot of
I know, but I think I just look at him more of an artist because there's a lot of things singing like in song and auto tunes and all that stuff, and that's just not something that, I mean, Chuck and I were there to see it from the baby steps, right? So when I look at hip hop, and Chuck, we probably look at it a little bit differently than you guys do, and it's a little bit more context than just streaming numbers and how much money you've made, because back in the day, no one made a lot of money off this. They were just doing it for the love of it. It was just love and talent. So
when I talk
know-
about Drake, like I never ever mentioned like streaming numbers or anything.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
I just think it's crazy
I
to
think
think
I think
like
a lot of hip hop. I think a lot of people get confused with like good hip hop because it's all about streaming numbers now and downloads and all that stuff. Where for us, it was never about that. It was just about the art and how good you were at that art. I don't think he's that good at this art. I do think he's a talented artist. I just wouldn't consider him a hip hop artist.
That's a fair assessment.
it's not, but okay.
The Iceman
But
was.
see, here's the thing about hip hop. Here's the thing about hip hop. It's all subjective and it's all relative, right? So just going back to what you guys were saying earlier, just because he's for you doesn't mean he's for me. I could like maybe 1 or 2 songs. Doesn't mean that I think he's a great artist. It's just that I like the songs.
Yeah, I don't.
It's all
like,
subjective.
again, I don't think. I'm not saying anyone has to like Drake, but I think if like there's people like Drew who like think he's like can't rap.
Did I say that in
If
the
you think
argument?
that's what you think, though, I think if there were so many tracks on that on Iceman where he's really looking deep inside of himself, talking about his issues.
Pause.
That's looking deep inside yourself. That's Balzer. Like no, come on.
Focus.
No, I can't focus when you're around. You make me angry. Like you hate Drake, you hate LeBron. Like how are you my brother? Who are you? Anyways, there was a lot. Like if you're looking for like this lyrical stuff, there was a lot of that in there. Like what are you talking? You listened to it once, Drew. So I can't even take you seriously. Me, I thought the album got like even like when I first listened to it, I kind of listened to it like with my like through my headset, like with my friend on the game. I was kind of like unsatisfied when I first listened to it first. But
Can I
the
ask
day
you a
after
question?
I listened to it at work, It kept getting better.
Can I ask you and Zach a question? You guys listen to Drake from the beginning, I'm assuming. Do you think he's evolved as an artist, or is it kind of like
I think his sound has changed. I think his sound has changed.
not his sound, not his sound. I'm talking about like him as an artist, like
Yes.
the things that he talks about 10 years ago.
He has
Is he
changed.
still talking about the same thing?
No.
He's
Yeah,
not- he's talking
at
about
times, yeah,
something-
he is.
Okay.
At
At
times,
times
but
he
like,
is, or-
hear me out. How many other rap like he's been rapping for almost 20 years now. Like it gets to a point. Like what else is he gonna talk about? Like he's doing the same. Like when Jay-Z at the end of Jay-Z's career, like he was talking about.
He's talking about something different. He wasn't talking about drug dealing. At the end of his career, he's talking about how to make money. He's talking about different things. He's talking about art.
Art.
He's like he listen, he's a 50-year-old guy. He's not in the streets anymore. He's a billionaire. He's not going to talk about
Even
the same
Biggie
shit
talked
he was
about
talking
that
about
before
when he first came
before
out.
he died. He talked about how Biggie talked about how when he first came up, he talked about the dirt he used to do. Then he got money. He said, "I can't talk about that anymore because I'm not broke anymore."
I have a question though. I have a question. Did everyone listen to Dust, right?
I thought
I don't know
Dust
what
was
to
like
listen.
one of the like worst songs on the album. Exactly.
I have not.
Not saying it was a bad song. I enjoyed the song.
Listen, no, but in that song, the wordplay, who he addressed,
Okay, I wouldn't technically use Dust.
I'd have to listen to the song again. Again, that's how memorable it was. Zach, that's
but
my
Drew,
point with this album.
But like you really want the album.
There are
to be
two
bad, so like there's like
I didn't want the album to be bad. I listened to it. I gave it, tried to be objective. It was okay.
I like Too Hard for the Radio and Ran to Atlanta. Those are mine.
oh yeah.
But again, there are things you can
like,
critique about the album. You have people that were beefing with you featured on the album. Kendrick was on a Future song and dissed him, and now he's
Future
back
and
on.
Drake never had a beef. What they were talking about. Future was talking about it like he was asking about like when he was on Like That. He was like, "Oh, I didn't even know like they were even talking about Drake." He's never like, and even
Future
in Drake's,
complained the fact that they were
even,
talking
like-
about Kendrick more than his own song. He was mad at Kendrick that Kendrick was killed him on his own song.
and Drake even talked about like how him and Future really never had an issue. It was just like he said that I forgot what song it was, but not on this album. I think it was on Push Ups or Family Matters, one of them. He talked about like he never really had an issue with Future. He just knew it was like Metro like getting in between them. Like they never had an issue.
It's just I'm just saying they're clicking up again.
And what does that say about Kendrick? I feel like that says more about Kendrick than it says about Drake. True.
Oh my God, clicking up. Same dudes he killed on the track are clicking up again. And I'm not mad that Drake's is still talking about it. I'm not mad about that. He can still be
It's
upset.
over with, right? Like I don't like.
This
He
is
can be
his
upset
first-
about it. There's
But how can
still a lot to
but
dissect.
how can you
and there's-
expect him? How could you expect him not to say this is his first album since that
Yeah,
happened?
and again,
like,
it's
and, like,
expected. I think it's expected. I'm not mad at that. I think it's expected.
like you want him to talk about something new. Like this is what's going on in his life. What else are you supposed to talk about?
Yeah, I'm not.
Like-
I'm not mad at it. But again, the album wasn't great. I thought it would be groundbreaking. I
I
thought it was
thought-
going to be something
Listen, there was a
that
battle.
would make it more relevant. It just wasn't that
I've-
good. It just wasn't good. It
Listen,
just
there was
wasn't.
a
don't-
battle happened. Each guy had a bunch of songs aimed at the other guy. The battle's over.
And the battle was
Come out with
never.
a,
And the battle was
over.
never about. It was never about the rap in the first place. If we
The
really
battle's
wanna talk
over.
about it.
Whatever it was about, it's over. It's over and done with. Don't care who won. 2 years ago, it's over.
But-
if I come out with another album,
But
I'm
there's
not.
still.
I'm not
Wait,
rehashing that.
But
There's-
you don't
there's still-
understand. Drake's not over it though. Like his therapist like doesn't like he had to like you don't understand.
Like,
Like
Zach
right
was in the
there.
room is what he
Like,
was saying.
and that's
It's
another
consuming
thing.
him.
Anyways,
That's
He's
what you just
addicted
lost
to
me.
it.
You,
His
Troy,
therapist.
you're saying it's 2 years ago, but there's people doing interviews every day. Not every day. There's been people doing interviews almost like every week since then talking about him. The people that he's talking about on this album, like Rick Ross, who Drew said was trying to like send in like Rick Ross's video like critiquing Iceman, like that was like we're supposed to take him seriously, like Rick Ross knows what he's talking about. Like Iceman's better than any album Rick Ross ever dropped. First of all,
That's why you guys have to listen to that album and understand where Drake's coming from. Like what did I miss? Like, you guys have to understand. Like, he's been betrayed by the people he held close. That's what you guys
Correct me if I'm
do.
wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. He seems like, to be in this business, the hip hop world, he seems to be overly sensitive.
No.
I wouldn't say sensitive. I would say
He did get lawyers.
He seems to be overly sensitive.
I wouldn't say sensitive. I would say
rap beefs
Lawyers
have been
make you
going
pretty
on.
sensitive.
Rap beefs have been going on since the beginning of time. Since the beginning of this
why do
genre.
you think he's sensitive? I would say he's petty for sure.
Because
Even you know, everybody has beef.
he's
Noah.
sensitive.
So Troy,
he's overly sensitive. Listen, he's the first guy, the first quote unquote hip hop artist to sue a record label because of a diss record. That's unheard of.
He did do that.
That is overly sensitive. Damn near every artist has gotten dissed at some point in time on someone else's record. You don't go sue a record label because the record was popular.
They called him a pedophile.
So
what?
So
like he threw shots also, right? He talked
yes,
about
he made
people's
allegations
wives.
at Kendrick.
He talked about people's wives.
Character.
Oh my gosh, Zach.
You sound like an abusive girlfriend, man. You sound
Zach,
like
no,
your
no,
girlfriend being
Kendrick called a
abused.
pedophile.
You're defect. Let's not forget that
Zach.
Drake called up a 16-year-old girl into a concert and was
Even I
flirting
mean,
with her
like,
on
Drew
stage.
believes it. Like,
Let's
of
not
course he's gonna
forget
sue.
the fact that
You
he was hitting up
understand?
Millie Bobby Brown.
It's defamation.
That's the evidence.
Do you understand? Drew believes what Kendrick said. That's defamation to Drake's character.
I was there. I was
Zach.
there.
Even
Were you even alive?
even if
You
it's
see how
not
he's reacting
true,
right now? That's why Drake had to sue.
even if it's not true, as a hip hop artist, you don't sue.
You don't.
You
You go to jail first.
You
before
confront.
You
You confront.
you go to jail.
confront
For that's the
Kendrick.
sad truth.
You confront
You
Kendrick
go to jail.
before you call a lawyer.
Listen,
Be like, yo, we need to talk about this.
you
Right?
Diddy
We need to talk
didn't
about
do
this.
that.
Kendrick. You don't want
Huh?
Drake confront because he will confront Kendrick one day, and nobody's gonna.
What's
like
he gonna
Right.
That's why you
do?
guys need to be in the
You're
album.
right. A lot
Versus
of
Canada.
people you won't
Versus
like
Compton.
it. You
What's
won't like
gonna
it.
happen? We only need 3 people from Compton to invade Canada.
You're right.
Like
A lot of
Compton-
people won't like it, but
Compton
I
in the
think
big like
you're thinking about the
2026,
wrong
like
people.
we've moved on from Compton. Like we don't. No one's
Yeah, we
scared
don't
of
talk
Compton.
about Compton.
Compton's gentrified.
I don't think any.
Like, no
listen,
one's
I don't
scared
think
of-
anyone on here. I don't think anyone on this podcast from Connecticut and New Jersey should be talking about Compton. Okay, we don't know what goes on in Compton, and
I'm
I
saying
don't.
that
We
I'm
don't. We
trying
don't
to
want to
express
know
how
what goes on in
soft
Compton.
Canada is. I'm trying to express how soft Canada is.
Canada's soft.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Anyways, we're actually like getting so off track now. Anyways,
Thank you.
Anyway, I think. Listen, I appreciate the
I
fact
think-
that you guys listen to the album, that you love the album. I understand you're Drake fans. I'm going to say this: you don't have to defend Drake to anyone who doesn't like him. You don't have to continue to defend Drake to Drew.
Here's my issue. My one issue with the album is people hate on it, but guess what? They're gonna play it, and Drake's gonna be in Drake's gonna be the number 1 listened to rap artist. The album's
Zach.
gonna go number 1. It's like, who's listening to it?
Zach,
the
please.
tickets for Drake are going to be expensive because everyone's gonna go to. I just don't like the fakeness. They act like they don't like Drake, but they do. That's what I hate. That's what I personally
Zach, I think I read where the second day is streamed, it lost like 50% of streams. I don't even know what that means.
that's
But,
like normal.
the
That's like
first-
normal for every album though. Like they just
No,
you
but
saw that
it was
post
like
because, like
it was a steep drop off, like a steep drop. It's not normal for every album, but it was a steep drop off for this album. It just kind of shows that, okay, we listened to it once, and once was enough.
but you were saying you were just talking about how streams don't matter then. How they matter.
I'm just he's telling me that it's going to go number 1, and I'm just
Which it
presented
is.
some
And
facts.
his 2 other albums go 2 and 3, but I don't really care about that. I don't think that's important.
Listen,
We're just here to talk about
going back to
Iceman.
my original statement, like Zach and Noah, you guys love Drake. You should love this album.
But we're not the only ones who do. There's people in
I
the
just-
closet. Drew, come out the closet.
But Zach, you're trying to force how much you like that album onto us. I have a problem.
No,
with
I
that.
just want you to be serious yourself. You're talking
It's-
about like
Objectively,
Shebang.
the
You were
album wasn't
talking about, like,
good.
you like-
It wasn't good, and that's okay too.
you were talking about like you like Shebang. Like I didn't even like Shebang. I thought Shebang was. I
What
thought
do
it
you
was
don't
a
like
vibe.
Shebang? I don't even know if Noah's a Drake fan.
I like the
Can
first
someone let me
2
finish?
minutes,
Can
and
someone
then the
let me
last
finish
minute
my
of
sentence?
Shebang
I don't
was
know.
bad.
Can I
I don't
finish
know.
a sentence?
Shebang's a classic. I don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead, Noah. I muted them. Go. Hurry up.
You were dropped at.
Like
All right, listen,
just
we need
think-
to wrap this up.
I just think it was no, because we let you guys talk about Daryl Morey
Yeah, no,
Facts.
let him go.
for
Let him
40
go.
minutes.
Yeah, let him go.
I would have Drake as a jam before Daryl Morey.
Yeah, mute Zach. Mute him.
At least he knows.
Zach,
at least he
mute
knows
my
his
father.
business.
I can't be. I haven't said anything the whole.
Thank you, Zach.
Okay, I thought like Drew. I don't know what you were looking for. Like there was some of the best like lyrical Drake we've gotten in the past couple years on this album.
Yes,
Drew, and you're talking
lyrical
about
Drake. That's crazy.
You didn't listen
Drew,
to it though.
you
What
listened
are you
to the
talking
album
about?
one time, Drew.
But that's how crazy it was. It only made me listen to it once, and thus nothing was the same.
Peekaboo.
Then
Like,
let's-
that's
then
all you
let's-
want
I
to
don't care
listen
anymore. I thought it was
Yes,
a good album.
Peekaboo.
Keep being
Album
naive.
was mid. Peekaboo.
Like, that's-
Who muted me?
See, like he's like Dr. Seuss. He likes Dr. Seuss.
Zach, do it
He's-
again.
Jake is too sophisticated for Drew right now.
Zach,
When
don't
Drew
you dare mute
matures,
me.
he needs to
Please
re-listen
end
to
the
the album.
podcast. Please end the podcast. I'm done.
I have a question. I have a question. This is a real quick question, and just make it short. Whoever wants to answer it. I don't understand. Drew keeps saying, talk about Iceman. Like I know there were 3 albums. Why just talk about that one? I just want to know. Like I don't know what
They
that
didn't
mean.
listen to the other one, so I'm not even. We don't even get into it.
Yeah, they were.
Dude,
I
he
didn't even
Iceman
know
was
that
the
he
most
dropped
promoted
3.
He,
I was
Drew
at
didn't
the
even want to
doctor's
listen to
office.
Ice.
No one's answering my question.
I
Like,
did.
what?
Dropped
Iceman's
3
the
albums.
most promoted album. The other ones were like
Yeah.
surprise albums.
Were they
Yeah,
any good? This yes or no? I don't
Yes.
want to know.
Yeah.
I didn't listen. I did not listen to them.
I thought the Beat 2 was like really.
I had
good. didn't
enough
think it was-
energy to listen to one Drake album, and that was
Can
the
I-
one that
okay.
was most promoted.
My last question: if you had to rate this like 1 to 10, where 10 is like the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and 1 is I
4.
don't know. Give me somebody.
Yeah,
So-
it's a
Yeah,
four.
it's
Objectively,
them.
objectively, it's a 4. It's a
Okay.
4.
So it would be a below average album. That's what you're saying. Sure.
Drew,
Correct.
Noah, what's yours? Just give me yours, Noah.
I can't ask what he means by that.
I want to know what you can ask him after you tell me your score. What do you think is out of 1 to 10?
Like a 7.
If Vanilla Ice is 1 and Lauryn Hill is 10, where is it?
I just gave my answer.
I didn't hear what you
Seven
said.
and a half.
He said 7.
He said 7.5.
Okay. How
Zach,
about you,
what's your
Zach?
answer?
If you say 10, Zach, I'm going
He's
to
giving
ban you
it
from the
a-
podcast.
No,
All
he's
jokes
going to say
aside,
12.
No
what?
writing, no nothing. Completely objective.
It's a what?
9.
It's a 9.
Okay.
Call it a 9.
Did you find out who D'Angelo was?
It's a classic. Yeah, but I
Colby,
listened to,
what do you
I tried
rate it?
listening to something and it was a skip.
Yeah, I don't think you could listen to an album one time and like have a score on it. Like, what?
I didn't even.
Drew, I'm gonna send you some songs I need you to listen to and break down.
All right.
We're gonna have,
Drew,
we're
you
gonna
have some
a-
homework.
Huh?
Drew, you have some homework. I want you to re-listen to Iceman, and then on the next
'Cause-
podcast, that's going to be your pop culture update.
Because the,
Zach,
I want,
the
like-
thing about
real
Drake,
quick.
the thing about Drake and like actually Kendrick fans, they'll listen to a Kendrick song and they'll like freaking like get on their computer and like try and connect all these dots. Like, oh my god, like this
But,
must
but
be
Noah, that's what you do. That's what you guys do with
and
Drake.
and let me talk.
Okay, go ahead.
Drake, there was a lot of clever wordplay on this album that you guys like maybe, and I could get how it would like kind of fly past your head because the way Drake says it, like you kind of like won't even like notice. They kind of says it a little smooth, like pause. So it'd be like, oh, like I didn't even notice that was like a triple entendre right there that he really just said.
Spell
And you guys
entendre.
don't want, when you guys listen to Drake, you guys don't want to use your you guys don't want to use your brains, but when you guys turn on the Kendrick song, you guys want to
Yeah, that's what it is, really.
And I just don't think it's fair. Like you guys,
No,
this is not
guys,
fair.
The way they
guys,
look at-
again,
And that's why I don't want to argue about it anymore. That's why I don't care anymore.
right. Again,
see-
it's
I do.
all subjective.
It's
all
not subjective, though. It's not subjective.
But I
calling,
think
it, calling it
You
a
see this, man?
calling it a
You
number
see
for
what
an
I
album
face?
is blasphemy.
Subjective,
It's not-
right?
it's not-
What you just
blasphemy.
compared, what you just described about Kendrick fans. That's exactly what you guys are doing with Drake.
Yeah, I can.
And I'm not saying, and I'm not saying you're right, and I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm saying,
But you can't turn around and say
Mm.
all of Kendrick
That's not-
fans act like this.
That's
when
not what I
all
was-
of Drake fans act the
All-
same way.
what I was
wait,
saying
wait,
at all.
but Troy,
That's not what I
all
was saying at all,
Kendrick
Troy.
fans are Drake
But
fans.
that's
though.
exactly what you said.
They are
That's
Drake
I
exactly what
said,
you
I said,
No, they're not.
Yes,
What
they
do you mean all
They listen to
Kendrick
Drake
fans are
more than
Drake?
Kendrick.
Are you saying they
listen to
just?
Drake more than Kendrick?
Can I
I
explain
have
my-
not seen a Spotify rap with.
Can I
Go
explain
ahead, Noah.
myself?
Hurry.
Yes, yes.
I was saying,
Chuck, you were
guys listen-
dropped.
Go ahead, Noah. Go ahead.
I was saying when people listen to Kendrick, they actually want to look into that stuff. But when they turn on Drake, they're like, I'm not even gonna take this seriously. Oh, blah. That's what I'm saying.
So when you
When-
listen to Kendrick, you look into that stuff.
Yeah,
like you
like I
really
said-
listen to Kendrick.
That's what, like I said, I respect Kendrick Lamar. I think Kendrick Lamar probably has the greatest hip hop song of all time, and you. I think To Pimp a Butterfly is probably a top three, not probably, definitely like a top three hip hop album of all time. I respect Kendrick Lamar, but I just think it's so like I just hate the disrespect that Drake gets because you guys, it's like, and it's not even just like the fan, just like even like the outlets, like the Pitchforks and the Rolling Stones, like they want to like diminish him as a rapper.
I see,
When-
and that's the
when-
thing. I don't agree with. Like I don't agree with. These guys are professionals. They write. They're music critics. They write for a living. They listen to a lot of music. If they don't like it, like I don't have to. I read a lot of music critics. If they don't like an album that I love, it's no bearing on me. I don't care because
No, but I was.
it's not for them. They can have the greatest write up on some album. I'll listen to the album and be like, I don't get it, and it's fine. It's fine that I don't get it and they do, and vice versa. And maybe that comes with age, where you don't feel like you have to defend what you like all the time. I don't have to defend that I think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player that I've ever seen.
do.
There's nothing that anyone could tell me
I
that's
can't
going to
tell
change
you.
my mind. There's
I will
nothing
change your
that
mind.
anyone
No, I
can
was-
tell you
I was
to
just
change your
I
mind
was
about
just
Drake.
talking.
There's nothing
I was
anyone's
just
gonna tell
talking
you to
about the
change your mind
critics
about Drake.
because I was just talking about the critics because them, along with like a lot of like people that on the internet that hate Drake, they try to like diminish him as a rapper and they try and be like, oh, just keep singing, blah blah blah. But I think this like Drake,
Because he's good.
I just think Drake, like they disrespect him as a rapper. I think he has great wordplay, flow. Like I just think it's crazy to think that he's just not a talented rapper. He's not a hip hop artist. Like he's just because you could do a lot of things at once. If you're making music for 20 years, like you're not gonna eventually like try and like discover a new genre or like try and like tap
Can I
into a
say
new
something?
side. If it's not gonna like embarrass like us Drake fans, Zach, then you can say yeah.
Okay. There has been times where Drake lyrics.
Speaking to the mic more, Zach. I can't hear you.
There has been times where Drake, like, he gives me goosebumps, dude. Like,
Pause.
I really feel like
Pause.
the stuff he spits is just so beautiful.
Pause.
And when you guys hate on Drake, it makes me feel like I just need to educate you. So I'm not mad at you, Drew. I just feel like I need to like
Like,
sit down and read some lyrics
just-
with you. I don't.
No, I'm
I
not
just
mad
wanna
at
let
you,
you
Drew.
move it.
Like
He needs to sit
I
down and
just-
take care of his goosebumps.
I just feel bad.
Yeah,
I just
dude.
feel bad for you, Drew, that you just can't let yourself. You
That's
just
what
can't
I
let
like.
yourself enjoy it for some reason.
Like if you could just caught what he was saying, you caught what he was talking about. You heard the like. you would love him, and I know you love him inside. You just can't say it out. Like
Zach.
it's okay to like.
Drake.
Zach,
look,
here's the thing, Zach. You will never be able to convince a person who doesn't like Drake
He does like
that
Drake
he's any
though.
good.
I like
that
Drake.
he's
So
any
Troy,
good.
hold on. So,
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, Drew.
I-
I'm just saying you can't convince someone to like another person that he doesn't like, or he or she doesn't like. It's never going to happen. They either have to come around on their own, or they're never going to come around. But you can't convince somebody to do it.
I
Right.
agree.
So-
But I can help the closeted Drake fans though. I believe it.
Okay, that's probably true.
So Zach, what are your favorite 3 Drake albums? What are your favorite 3?
Oh my god, I thought we were wrapping this up.
Yeah,
No.
we need to wrap this up.
No. Suffer.
Listen, you just got to splice this in half.
All right, fine.
This is gonna be its own
Ultimately,
podcast.
Zach, I have
Sure.
my opinions. Noah has his. Zach, you have yours.
And the beautiful
And you can't
thing
force
about
your
Drake,
opinions, your
beautiful
your
thing about
9 out of
Drake-
10 opinion on us.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm
And
not.
I
but
can't
know you
force
think
my
it's a good album.
4 out of 10
I
opinion
know it.
on you.
Like I know it's a summer album. I know that's all you're gonna play, and you're gonna do it in secret.
it's
You're gonna
not.
do it so no one can hear you. You're gonna do it like in the car with the noise down, just like listening to it because you can't have anyone know. But I know. I just want to let you know that I know. That's it. That's all I had to say.
the beautiful
And I
thing
still
about
love you,
Drake
Zach.
is that like if you ask like 20 people what their favorite Drake album is, like their top 3 Drake album is, like they're all gonna have different answers, and that says a lot.
On that
I
note,
love you for it.
Kobe, take us out.
Thank you, Cole.
On that note, thank you guys for such a compelling discussion. Taking a break from the sports world for a minute there. That was a lot of fun. Looking forward to having more fun on future episodes. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow us on social media. Let us know what you think. Let us hear your favorite Drake album.
Yeah, that's a good point. Peace out.
This is supposed to be
Powered
not
by
like us.
Riverside.